Previously on Inspired Initiative. The party began their day with questions weighing heavily on their minds, determined to uncover the secrets threatening the city before the grand races. Over breakfast, they split into two groups. Asja and Euan visited the Tempest Bastion, where Gronk revealed overhearing Windcaller Calorith conspiring with a cloaked figure. Meanwhile, Rhukkarrak and Maldorwen investigated the Glassglade district, following a tip about a suspicious activity during the upcoming races. Staying undercover, Rhukkarrak disguised himself as a blue Drakthir, but their search yielded little. A chance encounter with Aeon Zathriel, however, earned Maldorwen an invitation to a private viewing of the races. The party regrouped at the Tideborn markets to collect payment from the Leviathan hunters. But tensions rose when Captain Seth accused them of endangering his crew by withholding vital information. Payment was made, and the group moved on to the Tide chapter, only to find it eerily abandoned. Seeking answers, they followed Rhukkarrak's underworld connections to the Drifting Hole, where a hooded figure reappeared. After a chase, the figure warned them of a plot to steal the Primal Ember during the races. Their search led them to the Steam Temple in the Glassglade, where they found a brief moment of calm amid sacred steam. But as the sun set, eerie figures began to crawl from the canal waters. What dangers lie ahead? Can the party thwart the plot against the Primal Ember? And what will be the consequences if they do get involved? Find out tonight on Inspired Initiative. You all are relaxing, more or less, around the Steam Temple, the main central section of the city, the heart of Elendor, if you will. The welcoming steam kind of inhibits your lungs as you breathe out a refreshing breath, as it kind of soothes your worrying mind for a brief moment. You then paired off into a couple surveying groups to keep an eye out and make sure nothing untoward was going to happen. Still worried from the hooded figure that you spoke to earlier in the day. And your worries don't go without cause, as two of you are sitting out just around 100 feet away from the Steam Temple itself, just outside the bridge that leads across the canal. You spot off in the distance, probably a good 200 to 300 feet away from you, just barely making it out as the sun of Alamor is starting to die down in the sky as darkness starts to consume the city. Different lantern lights start to flicker, and within this light, you barely make out some figures crawling out of the canal itself. On the side right next to the main central building, the Frostfire Citadel, the main palace of Elendor. And it's hard to tell exactly who or what they are, as you are still a distance away, but they definitely don't look like they belong. They are suspicious. What are you guys doing?
Well, Rhukkarrak wants to get a closer look. He wants to sneak off in that direction and find out what they're up to.
Now, if memory serves me right, I believe Asja and Euan were the two out currently. And they spotted it.
That's correct.
So
Yeah,
currently,
we are.
Rhukkarrak and Maldorwen are in the Steam Temple. It's up to you two to decide if you want to alert your friends or just go straight on. I mean, you could probably just shout up to them, but if you wanted to be a little more discreet on your sightings here, then you might want to walk a little closer to them to give them heed.
Asja's just gonna casually get up and I could use some more steaming. Let's go. Let's head a little closer to the building. Maybe see how the other two are doing. And in a very low voice, you do see what I am seeing, right?
I do.
Let's get
It's
the
beginning.
others. Yep. And she will head back towards the steam temple. And without trying to be like waving her arms, gathering attention, or calling out across courtyard, she's gonna try and, you know, make signals to the two inside to kind of come out. You know.
Okay. I'd say easy enough, as the other two that are inside are taking a moment of reprieve here, but are still on edge with this whole situation. And so both Rhukkarrak and Maldorwen, you two are alerted. You are able to quickly kind of walk out and meet Asja and Euan on the bridge there.
What is it?
Oh, I just wanted you to come and look at the beautiful sky tonight, especially over by the big, what is that? The frosty place over there. I forget what the name is. We haven't been here long enough. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at from the horizon line all the way up. The sky is absolutely wonderful with things crawling on the ground right next to the palace, right on the left over there.
Yes, it is a very nice evening. And he's gonna lower his voice. I'm going to try and get a closer look.
Be
From
careful out there.
this vantage point too, it's hard to make out details, but you do see there are several figures. Probably more than 10, you're not exactly sure at the numbers, but they're moving quickly. And they're
In what direction?
currently southwest from where you guys are at.
Okay.
Are they moving towards the Frostfire Citadel or
Correct.
the Steam Temple where we're at now?
They're moving towards the outskirts of the temple, or not the temple, the citadel.
The Citadel.
Right.
Kind of,
I think I would follow Rhukkarrak if he's going to start heading there. Like, I'll keep a distance of probably like 30 feet or so.
okay.
But I'm also trying to be, a bit stealthy in my approach.
Right.
If they are in a rush, I don't know if we have time for.
Unfortunately, Euan is not stealthy to begin with, so if we're going to rush, Ewan's going to end up making some noise with his halberd walking stick crutch, so...
Well, I'll go ahead. But follow close behind. I'm going to... yeah, it looks like we're not going to have much time to scope out the situation. And he's going to take off. He is actually going to be... Oh, he can't go. Yeah, stealth is half speed.
Yep.
Yeah, but we can dash with our action.
True. Here, I'm going to try and cut them off on the other side. Aren't you follow behind them? I'll go around the other way.
By this time, Ewan's eyes are barely more than vertical slits, and he's on high alert again like he was in the Tide chapter, with the quills on his head sort of cresting a little bit like a bird again.
Mhm.
All right. If you can cut them off, we can catch up from behind. I like that plan.
Let me give you guys a little bit of more of what the scene looks like.
Ooh, okay. That's good.
Let's see here. All right. You guys just came out of the Steam Temple right here. You are currently on the bridge that connects it to the mainland here. This right here is the Frostfire Citadel. There are several individuals crawling out of the canal here and heading towards the Frostfire Citadel. It's hard to make out exactly what number and whatnot, but they're about 200 feet away from you currently.
Okay, so
they?
seeing the thing here, I want to get out of the light if I can, and I would try to go for the tree and get up the tree if I have enough movement speed for that.
Let's just roll initiative. I think that's the best thing to do here.
Do they look like they're trying to go towards the entrance or some other
They
side?
are not making their way towards the entrance from what you can see. They're making their way towards like the actual side of it.
Ah.
Oh no, guys.
Old man.
That's okay. You guys are all talking. You stumbled a little bit on trying to figure out what you're all doing. Decision paralysis.
15.
Oh, that's a 12 for me.
An 8
Euan.
for me.
Euan rolled a 2. I'm going on a 2.
You actually rolled a 3.
Yeah, I actually rolled a 3, but I'm going on a 2.
Oh no.
I didn't roll super high either, so you're good.
Good.
All right, so let's do this. Euan, you rolled a 2, so you 3 is your total?
No, I rolled a 3. My total is 2.
Oh, your total is okay.
Reverse starfish.
I see. Maldorwen, what did you roll?
An 8.
8. Okay.
Yes.
Asja? 15.
Yes.
And then Rhukkarrak.
12.
12. All right. Asja, you're up first. You see that Rhukkarrak is starting to push past you there as Maldorwen also starts to look towards that tree. What are you doing?
She is going to hold her action to stay back with Euan and let the two speedier, more sneaky people go first and assess the situation.
Okay, so hold your action to dash, or
Well,
you
now
are-
hold my action to move with Euan. So when Euan moves,
Okay.
so yeah,
That
I'm
works.
going to stick with him because we were the first. We were on the bridge together, and then we've been walking, and all the little talking about the set. So just make it look like Asja and Euan are out for talking on on the bridge or something like that, and then they're slowly turning to walk towards imminent fate of stuff.
All right. With that then, Rhukkarrak. Are you just beelining it over there? Or are you taking more of a stealthy approach?
So he is not going to necessarily stealth, but he's definitely not going to beeline. He is going to walk purposefully south along
Okay.
the waterway there. And then as soon as he gets around that grass,
Mm-hmm.
so sorry, like straight down.
Straight down, okay.
Yes.
South, yeah. My bad.
He's
Yeah, so
going
right
to walk
around.
as if he is a intentionally walking to the front of the building.
Okay.
But as soon as he's out of line of sight of this group, he's actually going to kind of run
Okay.
until he can get in better view. So he's just going to take all of his movement, like he's in a little bit of a rush, walking
right.
straight down.
Okay. So you get there with just your 30 feet. Do you want to use a dash to keep going further?
Oh, would a dash look too? He's speed walking. Is that a dash?
I'll say if you want to... I'll give you a dash hide action. So if you want to roll stealth, and this isn't necessarily to remain hidden, but to just more act casually while you are speed walking, then I'll give you an additional half movement. So again, another 15 feet. It won't be a full sprint, but you won't...
That is
Be-
terrible.
Oh no. Okay.
But
You're-
extra half, I definitely will.
Okay. So you just want to keep going straight down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just start to speed walk down there a little bit. You're not sure if you're coming off exactly as calm as you anticipated, but you're moving ground. That's what matters right now.
At least it's a 9. He may look a little suspicious, but hopefully not too much.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. All right. It is then the enemy's turn. They are all, all kind of in kind of a pairs of, like, some of them are still crawling out of the actual canal itself, but they're kind of just dashing towards the citadel there. And you see they start to, well, it's hard to make out any details. They start to do something near the wall there, but you're not sure exactly what. Okay, Maldorwen, it's your turn.
All right. So where does my regular movement get me?
Your 30 feet
30?
gets you right to like the edge of the grass there.
Okay. Let's get there first then. And then I'm on a dash. Can I reach the fountain?
The
like
fountain
the one that's,
here?
south? No, not the one
The
in
south
the
one? No, that's like
Uh-huh.
60 feet. You would need another movement.
Okay.
Yeah, this grand kind of central part of the city is very exquisite and quite large in the spacing of everything.
Okay. So I'm just gonna keep diagonally crossing the grass there. Like I'm gonna move across
on
the
the 15 or 30 feet.
field. Yes, 30 feet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
If you want to roll a perception check, I'll allow that to see if you can gain anything else
sure,
as you get a little closer here.
I'll do that. Let's see how it goes.
Ooh,
Pretty good. 23.
23 is really good. You kind of quickly rush over there and just put a head to your visor and just stare. It's difficult because the light is dimmed, but the light from Elmore hasn't 100% diminished yet. So you can just make out a little bit of detail. And they are shorter individuals, all cloaked in similar fashions, and all rushing towards the wall of the actual citadel there. Some of them are
so
now
my heart
out
is-
of view. But go ahead.
Yeah, like my heart is sinking right now. So they're gnomes?
You're not sure. They don't look super tall. They don't look super short either. You would have to get a little closer. You don't think... And well, with a 23, I'd say it would be odd for them to be as tall as they are if they were gnomes. Like, they would all have to be like the tallest of gnomes.
Okay. Right. So, for now, that's it for me.
Okay. Euan.
I don't like this at all. Alright, let's move. And Euan will begin to walk with Asja up the path.
Okay. Let's see. Just going straight that way or going down towards Rhukkarrak?
No, we're gonna start if Rhukkarrak and Maldorwen are starting to make their way towards that southern fountain to try to head them off that way. I'm going to turn at that first path there on the water
Okay.
side of the tree.
So you can get to right about there. I see a following right behind. Alright. And are you dashing? Do anything with your action?
Do I have anything that would be helpful in this situation? I don't think so yet. I'm not going to rage just yet either.
Okay.
Asja is going to quietly as they walk, but as they go, she is going to cast Shillelagh on her staff.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I
Does
think
the radiant
Sorry,
kind of
go ahead.
energy kind of clings to the staff, emboldens it. You're ready.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Euan is going to dash right now. I think that he's going to wait for
Okay.
the others to get a little bit more into position.
Okay.
Rather than running himself and Asja into a potentially bad situation with just the two of them.
All right. With that, then we move back up to the top of the round. Asja, you just going to continue to follow Euan's lead?
No.
Okay. What would you like to do?
She is going to look at Euan and smile and go, well, I think it is time to play a little hide and go sneak. And she is going to cast a spell on herself of invisibility.
All right.
And then she is going to do her movement. So then she'll walk her movement towards, basically just walking straight across the lawn towards them. You can't see me now, so now I'm going to go find out what's going on.
All right. How does the casting of invisibility look for Asja?
She is going to kind of move behind Euan just a little bit so that she's out of view. But she will reach into her bag, and out of her bag she's going to pull out this glittering dust of sorts, and she will throw it up in the air and just kind of allow it to shower down over her as she says very quietly, moves her hands and does the gestures and says the words. And as the glittering dust falls over her, basically she just basically shimmers out of existence.
As the light reflects and refracts around Asja, she's gone.
Yes.
All right. As you then walk forwards, you feel a gentle breeze of something past you in there. All right. Up next is going to be Rhukkarrak.
So, Rhukkarrak is going to continue his facade, kind of speed walking straight south.
Okay.
For his normal movement.
That's 30 feet
And then
there.
once he gets that far, he figures he's enough out of view. He's just going to straight up run straight at the building.
Straight at the building? Okay.
Like straight west.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you quickly finish your speed walking there and then quickly pivot and just start sprinting towards the building there. All right. Next up is these other cloaked individuals as they get closer and closer to the actual place here. And start to do something kind of out of view from a lot of you, though, currently. You don't have very good eyes. There's a couple of trees and other things that are kind of obfuscating their intentions in this moment. Maldorwen, it is your turn.
Alright. I will dash diagonally out. I want to get to the base of the stairs where you were pointing just now.
Okay. And you're going to dash?
The other
so
side, like
all the way up here?
a bit more hidden.
So
I don't think I
that's
can get there. So.
75 feet there.
Yeah,
So you can
but
get,
I want
like-
to go to the other staircase.
This
The
one?
one that is more like, yes, to the south. East. Yes, exactly.
So right down here?
So yeah, I'll go up. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go up the staircase if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. They're exquisite, like marble stairs that lead up towards the entrance to large, grand glass doors that make up the entrance to the Frostfather Citadel here. You
Right,
still have
so
a bit more movement. Do you want to like get up almost to the top there? Okay.
Yeah, if I can.
Yeah.
And then I'm also trying to like stay at an angle where they can't see me. Like I think that's pretty
currently
good right now.
you can't really see them. You would assume they can't see you either.
Okay, perfect. And that's it for me.
Alrighty. Euan.
Well, seeing that Asja's gone, that's a neat trick. All right, we're gonna move forward, and seeing as Maldorwen is in a slightly better positioning, Euan is going to go ahead and move a full 60 feet forward.
Okay. I'd say you do bump into an invisible Asja for a moment. You're like, oh, wait, okay. And then you continue to move forward.
Right.
Getting closer.
How far, out of curiosity, does that put me to the cloaked figures? Oh,
You're still a good 100 feet away, roughly. You can kind of see the outline of the building there and the cloaked figures here. This is probably the best vantage point that anyone's gotten on these figures now, from your perspective. It's still hard to make out as they all are cloaked, but they do seem a little shorter in stature. And they're currently like, some of them are even on the wall, currently climbing. And you're not sure exactly how from this distance.
Weighing his options, hoping that it will pull just a little bit of attention away from Rhukkarrak and Maldorwen, just in case it had been spotted or anything. I'm going to cast and hold a Produce Flame.
Okay.
Just in my hand.
Alrighty. So as you conjure up that heat and cause a small little flicker that emanates into a ball of flame in your hand.
Yep. And then I'll just kind of hold on to it while I'm hobbling my way forward.
Alright. Asja, we're back up to you.
All right, Asja is going to, I guess, dash.
Okay.
I can't see where they are. Oh, she'll go diagonal if that saves.
Oh, can you not
time.
see where Asja is?
Well, no, I can't see them. I can see the
Oh, right.
staircases and stuff like that. So
Right, yep.
yeah, so she'll probably do the fastest route, which is instead of following the pass, she'll
through
go
the grass pit.
across that way. Yeah, and dashing.
Okay. Still completely invisible. You quickly pick up the pace and rush towards that way.
And then also, she does not risk having her toes stepped on again by giant.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, Asja.
Rhukkarrak, you're up.
So Rhukkarrak is aiming for the edge of the building right next to the tree there. And he's
Right down
gonna...
here?
No,
up here?
to the west. To the west, yes.
Okay.
Because he wants to look around the corner and see what they're doing without being
Right.
spotted himself.
Right.
So he's going to dash west, trying to use the edge of the building and the stairs as cover.
Okay. So
And he's
with a full 60
dash.
feet, you can get right to like the middle of the fountain there.
Okay. And that's all he's going to do.
As you sprint, trying to use the little bit of terrain here to your advantage to remain hidden. You don't believe that they have seen you. They haven't made any indication that they have. So you continue to move forward with haste. All right. It is now their turn as some of them start breaking out. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Towards this way. As they just kind of start running out towards that way, you see several of them have like a sword. Some have different maces or whatnot, different weapons in their hands as they just are running out towards that. They don't immediately recognize any of you, but they're just running towards this way, almost looking like they're going to arc towards the stairs, towards the center of the building there. All right. Maldorwen, it is your turn.
Okay. Right. Where does 30 feet get me? Do I get to the top of the stairs?
Yep. You can be like right in the middle.
Okay. Perfect. So I want to go there first.
Okay.
And as I look down, like, they're shorter, you said. And they're not
Correct.
too short, so they're not gnomes. So, like, in my mind, they are Kazurim. Like, do they look like Kazurim? I would know what a Kazurim warrior looks like.
This vantage point. They don't look like super warrior types, but they definitely look like Khazdur.
Oh god. Okay. So I think Maldorwen is just like his heart is racing, and like this is the moment that he's been waiting for. Like conflict is here. So
Right.
I'm gonna aim for the first guy that I see there,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at them.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna use my inspiration for this,
Okay.
and I'm gonna re-roll my attack roll.
Roll again.
Jeez. Let's see.
Oh, no.
My god.
Oh,
You got one better. So, we'll say, even with a 10, you throw off this. Or how does your guiding bolt look in this instance?
I think right now it's just like he's looking at them from atop there, and the last lights from Alamor are gonna channel through his eyes, and he's just like staring intently at them, and it's just gonna be a laser beam.
Laser eyes. Okay. Says you. Pew, pew. Let's go. Yeah, full on Superman. The light coalesces and shoots towards this figure. As it impacts, it doesn't seem to do anything. And the figure doesn't seem to really respond.
So I look around and I say, "Show yourself! I know you're out there!"
Yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence save for me. Or check.
Okay. See, just intelligence?
Yep.
Okay, 10.
Okay, yeah. You're not sure exactly if you just missed a little bit or what's going on here.
Okay. And then I'll just say, damn it! And that's it.
Okay. Euan, it is your turn.
Well, seeing as stealth has gone to the wind, as this tiny gnome shoots laser beams out of his eyes, Euan is going to move up 30 feet. He'll cut through the grass to just kind of make a direct line towards them.
Yeah.
And he'll call out, "Halt! Stop what you're doing." And wait for a response.
All right. They do seem to like shift towards you, but not much recollection with your words there. Anything else?
Nope, that's going to be it.
All right.
I'm still holding on to the produce flame in my hand.
Yep. All right, Asja, it is your turn.
Alright, Asja is going to... Where's 30 feet from here? Towards the trees that are at the side of the building.
Towards the trees? A little, about 45, 50 feet towards like the base of the tree.
Alright, well, I guess she will do another dash action into the trees, though, giving herself a little bit of cover.
Okay. Would you like to
but
climb said
also,
tree? Or you just get to the base of it?
No, she just wants to get to the base of it to kind of get a closer eye on both, because we have the 5 up above, but then we still have the ones at the wall, so she wants to try and get a look at what's going on here, seeing as they can't see her. She's the best eyes they've got right now, so...
Right, okay. As you kind of rush past there, the figures up in front there pay no attention to you as you were still cloaked with invisibility. You quickly kind of sidle up to the tree there and look up, and you do see the other individuals are scaling this building currently. There appears to be a large kind of stained glass window about 150-ish feet off the ground that they are climbing towards. And they're climbing quite quickly.
Right. Well, I dashed, so that's all I can do. Alright.
All right,
That's her turn. Yeah.
Rhukkarrak, you're up.
So in this exchange of laser eyes, did Rhukkarrak notice anything about this individual?
If you want, you can use your bonus action to make intelligence check for me.
Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah.
at advantage given your unique history.
Look at that good guy DM.
That was a... Oh, I did the wrong kind of advantage. So it didn't show up. But that's a 12. Unless you'd like
12?
me to reroll for the stream.
Just go ahead and reroll.
Okay.
So it
Good
shows
guy
up on the
DM
stream.
take 2. He's going to kill us all later.
I think it's like if you don't roll on screen, it's like it's cocked. You have to reroll.
Okay. No, that's I think that's a good roll. That is a 17.
17. Okay. You definitely believe how the light of the guiding bolt from Maldorwen's eyeballs interacted with this figure. It definitely appears more illusory.
He is going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay, as your action. Detect Magic, I believe, is a 30-foot spherical range around you, correct?
It is, yes, within 30 feet. And he is going to continue on his
So yeah, currently...
previous course.
Alright, I'm just rushing up. You will need to... If you want to go, like, beeline directly towards them, you will have to, like, vault up and over the stairs here. Or you'll have to go up and around the stairs. You can vault over the stairs, it will just take an acrobatics check that could lead to you falling prone if you roll poorly.
He would like to vault.
Alright. Go ahead and roll that acrobatics for me then.
That is a 24.
Hey, there you go. Easy enough. So gaining the momentum after opening your senses to your surroundings, you quickly kind of push your hands up and lift yourself up in a brief moment up onto the stairs there as you continue to run. Yeah, you are now within range of this one. It's definitely illusory magic that is happening there. You can sense the strong illusion magic.
Yeah. This one's an illusion. I don't know how many there are. And that's it. It's turn.
Okay. It is now the enemy's turn. As this one starts to break out towards here, they all just start to kind of rush, out into the field here. So this one gets up like right in your face, Euan. And you can tell this is definitely a Khazdurim individual. As they kind of do a battle cry up towards you. Just a mace in hand going to swing at you. They can't quite with this turn as they just take their whole action to step towards you. The other ones are coming up over here. So that one can get up right over there. Yeah. Asja, you do notice that one of the ones closer on the ground there, they're currently, out of these individuals here, 4 of them are on the wall. 2 of them are on the ground, just making sure the ones up top are like safe and on the route. One of those individuals starts to break off and run up towards over here.
Makes it easier for me. Thank you.
Then... Yes, we'll say... Let me put these ones up. It's kind of hard to do depth on such a 2D plane, but we'll make it work. All right. With that, you then see... Yeah, they're going to move a little closer up here. All right. Maldorwen, it is your turn.
So I'm gonna run towards the statue up to the north. Can I like climb a little bit on the statue? Like,
yeah, the base of the statue is actually down on the ground, like where the stairs meet, and there's the actual staircase where you are at. And the statue head does pop up a little above where you are currently, but you can jump up on top of it. We'll say It would be a lower DC acrobatics check to get on top, but you could. It's about 5 to 10 feet-ish off the ground where you currently are at. But there's like handholds that you could climb up. There's also a sign that says, "Do not climb the statue." No, just kidding.
That's at the base. You can't see that.
Yep. Yeah. Easy
Yeah, 15
enough.
for the acrobatics check.
You hop up and are like perched on the shoulder of the statue.
Okay. So I'm also gonna yell out like, "Rhukkarrak, you couldn't trust them! Forget us!" And I'm gonna shoot
Which one?
at the one that's attacking Euan.
Euan? Okay.
Yes. With my crossbow. Here we go. Oh my god, my attacks are so
man.
bad tonight. Okay, so that's an 11 to hit.
11 does still hit as the arrow flies through the air and straight through this individual as it clatters towards and falls into the canal.
And he's just gonna yell out again, "Cowards! Show yourselves!"
Okay, and
And
Euan,
that's
you
it for Maldorwen.
definitely see that. This larger crossbow bolt flies directly through this individual. No notice whatsoever on this individual's face. They are still just screaming at you with their mace in hand, ready to bash you. But yeah, just flies through like a ghost. All right, it is now your turn, Euan.
A low growl is going to sort of issue from Euan's chest as he realizes that this is an illusory Khazdorim. Immediately, he is going to start looking around to see if he can figure out where the illusion is coming from, or if he can see anything else that might be worthwhile.
In that case, you can use your full action to do a intelligence check.
All right. Any bonuses or anything like that?
Not in this instance, no.
Excellent. +0. Here we go. 7.
7. There are, what you can see, 6 individuals here, and they're all moving kind of chaotically, and you're not sure which ones are real and which ones aren't. You know that 2 of them are for sure illusions from past encounters, but you don't know if any of them are real or if they're all fake. Not sure.
Then I'll turn to Maldorwen and say, Maldorwen, they're not real, they're illusory. Keep an eye out, see if you can find anything. And end my turn. Nope. I'm going to move forward.
Okay.
I'm going to just walk through the illusory Khazdorim straight towards the fountain.
Okay.
The southern edge of it. Or the bottom edge of it.
Okay.
Rather.
Like that or like this?
Yep. Nope, that works.
Okay. You just step through. It's just like stepping through the air as it kind of passes through you. All right. Asja, it is your turn.
And just so you know, Rhukkarrak will be pointing out any of the illusions that come within his sight.
Yep. Currently, yeah, with adaptive combat, you can point that out on your turn.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, just with how quick everything is moving.
Okay, they are 30 feet up. Damn, that takes away that chance. Okay.
Some of them are more like, let me more accurately. Some of them are a little higher. 2 of them are like 60-ish feet. Some of them are about 30-ish feet. Then there's still one on the ground there.
Okay, Asja is going to slow down because even though she's invisible, does not mean she doesn't make noise. And she is going to try and creep about 10 feet closer.
Okay.
And while there is noise going on behind her, she's going to try and focus on the ones in front. The one that's still on the ground keeping watch. Does he look like he's breathing? Is he making any noises? So they're saying illusions. So one would think that they're probably not, doing certain things that actual live people would do. So without having to use a spell slot with Detect Magic and break her invisibility, she's trying to determine from the ones that she can kind of see who might be real and who might be an illusion.
Right. So if you would like to do that, that would be your action as an intelligence check.
Don't. I'm sorry, can you repeat? Because Discord went funny.
Oh. If you would like to do so, you can use your action to make an intelligence check to discern which is real and which isn't.
That would be 16.
There you go, 16. Very nice. So just kind of taking this all in a moment, you look back towards the other ones that are moving a little funny. You can't quite sure exactly what it is. Maybe it's just your innate sense of life magic and the life energy that exists in the souls of beings. You don't feel like those, they feel like puppets. And you look towards the one on the ground there currently also has that vibe. You not exactly sure. They don't look real though. From this vantage point, you can see you're not exactly sure on the 4 that are climbing. You think some of them definitely are real. Some of them are moving a little more jittery, if you would. Not as lifelike. But it's hard to pinpoint exactly which ones are which. But you know that at least one of the 4 that are climbing seems to be real. But the one on the ground currently, if you had to guess, it would be an illusion.
Okay. Perfect. All right, that's her action.
All right. Rhukkarrak, it is your turn.
Okay. He's going to assume that most, if not all of those people are illusions, so he's going to continue running around the building.
Okay.
Trying to get a better look of what's going on around the edge. He'll go the 30 feet first, see if he can get a better look.
So you can kind of, it's a little, you can't really see the people climbing currently super well. You can't see the one individual on the ground who's just kind of looking up and looking back down and then looking back up. But you can't really see the people climbing from this vantage point. You can kind of make out a little bit of shapes, but nothing much. You do note, as you're running with your Detect Magic up, yeah, all 3 of these that do enter your sphere are illusory.
Yep, and he's like running by, he's gonna be like, that one, and then he's gonna keep running up.
Okay, dash?
Go ahead and dash. Yep.
Okay. Are you staying right against the wall there?
So if everyone down there is illusions, then he's going to take his full 30 feet.
Okay.
If not, then as soon as he hits someone who's not an illusion, he will...
We'll say you walk about 15 feet forward, and these individuals are now 30 feet off the ground, so your bubble of Detect Magic they are just outside of that currently. So you can't tell if they are illusory from that, even unless you start climbing. We'll say, let's see, how far away is this? Yeah, we'll say you can get 5 more feet over, so you have 10 more feet, and you can tell that the one down here is illusion. You also do sense illusory magic right next to you.
Oh, like invisible? Nice.
Yeah.
Then he's going to... can he see, is there any obvious way that they're climbing the wall here?
Currently, it doesn't look like it. It looks like they are just climbing. Like, if they just acquired the skill of a spider.
Yeah. Okay. Then he is going to go over to that tree and start climbing that.
This one here?
He's the one closest to everyone.
Okay.
And he'll point out the real people. You said there's one real person on the ground?
Currently, what's your range? Yes, you do notice that this individual, they are still cloaked in illusory magic, but it is different. It's a little slightly different than the others.
Okay, then he's going to be like, that's one. He's probably the source of these ground troops. And
that is your whole movement with your dash, and so next turn you can start to climb.
Yep.
Alrighty. It is then their turn as these individuals start climbing very quickly, higher and higher up, getting closer and closer to that window. This individual starts to rush up towards you, the Rhukkarrak. This individual starts to step back, and Euan, I think you're the one that probably can see this the best. Maybe Asja too in that scenario. They grab something at their neck and pull it off, and it's a little small bead of something, and throw it towards the ground. As it then smashes and explodes in a flame and sparks on the kind of pavement here, as it then starts to ignite, and flames from like the nearby lantern lights start to coalesce around it as it spirals into this fire tornado, as a living entity starts to breathe, completely engulfed of pure flame in this moment. As just this roaring hot flame, you can feel the heat even from here, as it starts to ignite part of the surrounding area. As they then start to step back a little bit further. We are going to roll initiative for this beastie now. There it goes. Oh, it's bad.
It still goes before I do.
That is true. Alrighty. With that, they are moving. These individuals are just doing illusions. They're rushing up to you with like, and it's uncanny. Like, if you didn't know they were illusions and didn't have that preconceived motion, it would be very difficult to tell. Because, like, you can hear them, you can even kind of smell them. It's odd. It's trips your senses, like what is real and what isn't. Yeah, they all start to like surround you, Euan. Alrighty. That is that. Alright, then Maldorwen, it is your turn.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna yell at the Kazurim that are coming up the stairs, but I know they're not real now that Rhukkarrak said so. And he did say that guy over there is real. So I'm gonna try and... okay, do I actually have range on him? How far is he?
Currently around 90 feet.
Okay, nice. So I do have range on him. So I'm just gonna swear under my breath again as I try to just focus. And I'm an old warrior who seems to be very rusty, but the conflict needs to guide me. And I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt again at the guy that Rhukkarrak pointed out.
All right.
So again, laser beams from the eyes as I stare this guy down from the statue.
Just
cast guiding bolt.
Thing Cyclops.
And my rolls are very bad tonight. So that's a 12 to hit.
12 unfortunately misses, as you know these Khazdurim that are running up next to you are fake, but it just trips your psyche out as you start to focus. They're just screaming and yelling at you, and it makes you flinch for a moment as you fire the beam and it doesn't quite make contact.
Okay, so I curse again, and I just, as fast as I can, load a bolt into my crossbow to shoot using my action surge.
Okay,
and here goes the crossbow. Yeah.
Come on, dice.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That is gonna hit. So you take a deep breath in, feeling that steam from the temple still rejuvenating you, and you aim and fire. As it does make contact, go ahead and roll damage.
Perfect. Okay, that's 8 points of damage from the crossbow.
8 points of damage. Okay, they need to make a concentration check. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, okay.
Right, yeah.
So as it impacts, they just kind of look back towards you, and you can't really make any details out, but they're scowling.
Okay. And yeah, like my bolt is traveling also like with a roar that I imbued on it, and it's gonna push him 10 feet back.
Okay, 10 feet back from you. That's pretty much
Yes.
like right on the canal edge. We're gonna, just for the hell of it, because it's fun, we're gonna make them roll a dex check. We'll say,
Come on, let's fail.
we'll say they only need to make a 10 because they're pretty much still on ground there, but
Can you roll with
There's a
my
chance.
dice, Starfish?
yeah, that's a success. As they do get pushed back, but catch themselves before they plummet into the canal waters. All right.
Right. That's my turn.
With that, it is the fire elemental's turn. As its raging inferno comes on over here. Actually, Rhukkarrak is no longer invisible either. Yeah, I think it's going towards Rhukkarrak. Whoop. A little close. Oh, stop it! Stupid elemental. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to control these things. Alright. It is going to just kind of burning like a raging flame start to quickly make its way over towards you, Rhukkarrak, as it burns the little bit of grass and whatnot, manicured shrubs here, and then starts to just swing out violently with its flaming kind of claws towards you. That's a 23. That's gonna hit. And
Yeah.
It does have 2 attacks.
That's definitely gonna hit.
Yeah, there's a natural 1, so that one doesn't hit. But the first one
Yes.
comes through and just this wave of heat and fire just embraces you incredibly violently. You take a total of 9 points of fire damage, and you are immolated.
Immolated? What does that mean?
So your clothes just catch on fire as you are now currently burning.
Nice.
That is its turn, though. And we're going to then move down to Euan.
All right. So DM, if I counted right, I'm pretty sure that with a dash, I can get right next to the cloaked figure, sort of diagonal from it. That last square.
Oh, yeah, you can. There's a fountain in your way, though.
Right. But
Top
if I
on the
move
fountain.
up diagonal, I can still.
That's 5. Okay, yeah, we'll say.
Yep.
It's not a super large fountain.
Right.
You're going to sidestep away from it.
And I will
feel
get right up.
or you don't even feel, you see like different swords and whatnot like pass through you, and it's just a odd sensation. You don't feel anything from it. Your like mind like reacts and your muscles tense in expectation of impact, and then just nothing happens. You're like, ugh.
Make me uncomfortable.
And you rush up towards that other figure.
And as I approach the other figure, the produce flame that I have in my hand will just kind of dissipate as the quills on his head even stand more at attention. And the bracelet activates as he goes into a rage, covering him once again in bark and vines that have this crackling red, almost charred ember look around his body. But with the light of the fire elemental, looks more like he's actually burning as I stand right next to him. And,
Okay.
and my turn.
Very nice. As you enter your rage and rush on up over there. All right, Asja, it is your turn.
All right. I am sorry, Rhukkarrak. Asja is going to continue sneaking along the wall. She is directly underneath the group that is climbing up the wall.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to position herself leaning kind of against the wall under one of the ones she's pretty sure is an actual person.
Okay.
Point her finger directly up. So dude's about to get a radiant enema as she casts Guiding Bolt.
Alrighty.
And yes, her invisibility drops at this point.
Right.
Come on, guiding bolt.
But hopefully so does he.
With being
All right.
roll at advantage.
Please.
Invisible, yes, you do have advantage on this because you are unseen attacker.
Oh, I like that.
Excellent.
I like that a lot. Okay.
For
Okay.
some reason, it still looks like you're invisible. Silly. I don't know why.
Nat 20 and a 19.
Oh, wait. It didn't roll. Why are your rolls not rolling? Oh, no.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
It didn't. Oh no, it didn't roll with the right dice.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I
you
clicked
the plug-in
clicked.
button
Yeah.
instead of the roll 20 button.
Oh, no. I am going to have to ask you to reroll because I did ask for correct reroll.
Praise.
19.
That's still an...
25.
Yeah, that is still
25,
definitely
yeah.
going to hit. There you go. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Let's see how much his enema is.
Let's go, guiding bolt.
All right, that's a lot of d6s. Oh my gosh.
Holy
Oh.
crap.
Ooh, what?
Oh, what?
So-
40, that would be 40 points of damage.
It was a level 2 guiding bolt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that would have been...
Yeah.
I think it still rolled a crit.
No, it rolled it. It did roll a crit. Yeah, no. Okay, so half that damage to 20 then.
Okay, that sounds more
There you
accurate.
go.
I was like, what
Yeah,
the?
half that damage. Yeah, no,
if
you're
only-
right. It did roll for the. It rolled a natural. So if it had been a natural 20, he the keister,
Yeah.
but he's only getting 20, so he's actually
is
cleaned.
still
There you go.
A very heavy blow,
It
as
really is.
their arse is going to be clean for days now. As,
You shouldn't
that's,
choose the path of
They
evil.
need
Woo!
Their ass is gonna be radiant.
As the light fires up like a firework right into their booty. It explodes with this shining illuminance that makes them all stop for a moment as they just cry out, "Ah!" As they're now light on the, like, glowing currently on the platform there. A lot of you can now see definitely a real individual, not an illusion here. And we'll say, can I do a little indicator for that? Yeah, we'll say marked. So that individual there. They're still 60 feet up. We'll say that was a pretty big blow. I will give them... we'll say they'll have to make a dex check to hold on to the wall. It will have to be like... The DC will only be 10, not super high. But... Oh! Yeah, they fell. So with that, they just like start to slip and fall. Go ahead and roll another... Oh, that's 10. 60 feet down, so that's 60-10. Oh, not D10, D6. So roll 66 for me.
We actually got a crit after all.
Yes! You got it anyway.
It's the most roundabout way to get a critical hit.
19 pretty much was
That
the
is
same.
enough. As they fall to the ground, smack, as their body is limp on the ground. As they just smack.
A single tear rolls down
Awesome.
Euan's cheek as he thinks, I'm so proud.
Yeah, I wish I saw that.
Asja has a moment of smile and then realizes, oh no, now I'm in danger. And that would be Asja's turn.
All right, Rhukkarrak, it is your
Best
turn.
turn ever.
Oh, this is a problem. Well, so first of all, reassessing his previous plan, if he looks up, does it? So, just a quick glance, can he assess where it looks like they're going? And two, does it look like the tree can even get him where he wants to go?
The tree doesn't look tall enough to get all the way up there now.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to abandon that plan. And his daggers are not good enough. So, he is going to just first, he's going to gather the shadows under the tree and solidify them in armor on his body.
Okay.
Because this thing's a problem. And then.
Oh, you also do take fire damage at the start of your turn. Let me double check what that is.
Awesome.
So yeah, until the creature takes an action to douse the fire, the target takes fire damage at the start of each of its turns. It doesn't say... Is it just the same damage here? And we'll just do a 1d6. Because it doesn't specify.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, then I'm assuming he can't just use his movement to
points.
Roll and put out the flame.
No, it takes an action to douse it.
Yeah. If that's the case, then he would not get mage armor.
Okay.
Or armor shadows. He would actually put out the flame.
Okay. So as you quickly pat your leather tunic there and make sure to get all the flames out, still feeling a burning sensation. And you do take 2 points, but it is now... You're not on fire currently.
Yeah. And then he's just gonna shut. Maldorwen,
Oh,
we could
there it
use some
is.
range around the corner here. And then he's gonna do nothing else.
Okay. With that, then it is now...
Oh, I also need to roll concentration on detect magic.
Yes. You need to roll it twice.
Oh, yes,
rip.
I do need to roll.
So the first one fails.
Yeah. Darn it. And the second one was fine. Well, okay, detect magic is no longer up.
Yep. Your awareness of the arcane and how it manipulates the world diminishes for the time. Alright, it is now their turn. Euan, go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Because I'm great at those. No, 14.
14. Let me double check. We'll get back to that in a second. My thing is being weird. Alright. This guy needs to make a death saving throw. Succeeds. Okay. The other people are continuing to climb. They're just about to reach the window. They will reach it on their next turn. Alright. The images start to attack, but they don't do anything. It's like, "Rah! Rah!" Okay. And let me quickly... Oh, sorry. It was a wisdom saving throw, not intelligence.
Can I keep the other roll?
You can, yes. I will say that.
Okay.
Just what is the different... So it was a 16 before. Is it better?
It was 14 before. Plus 1 with the wisdom, so it'd be a 15.
15, okay. 15 does succeed.
Excellent.
You are going to take half damage. Okay. So... So you take 10 points of psychic damage as this individual kind of looks towards you, and for a second you can almost see through whatever illusion here. It, the eyes therein are deceitful, As you make contact with those eyes, you just feel this overwhelming force just kind of perceive your brain as it just racks you with this energy, as you just grip tightly to your head as it just gongs in your skull, giving you a nasty headache. You start to bleed a little bit from your ears. But luckily, nothing else more than that. As you then quickly shake it off, feeling that pain, but you're raging currently. And yeah, you're still up there. But 10 points of psychic damage to you.
Right.
Okay, that is their turn. They kind of look toward the individual up here, kind of looks towards you, and a little bit of surprise kind of crosses their face in that moment. Maldorwen, it is your turn.
Okay, so I did hear Rhukkarrak shouting. How far away is the fire elemental?
From you currently, roughly 70, 75 feet.
Okay, so he's in range. So yeah, I'm gonna load with my windlass and let go of another crossbow bolt very fast towards the fire elemental. 15 to hit.
15 does hit, yes.
Okay,
You want to roll damage?
It's gonna be, let me see. Did that roll? I think I pushed the wrong button. Oh, that did roll. Okay.
It roll.
Perfect.
Sometimes it just takes a little bit. So 4 points.
And
right.
then, like, the important part is pushing him 10 feet away from Rhukkarrak.
So the fire elemental gets shunted back 10 feet. You can see it like encapsulates that one image that just kind of starts shuddering and glitching there in a moment. It's completely on fire. But yeah, it pushes it back. It does seem that that bolt kind of flew through it and caught it to a degree, but it's fire. How much damage is a crossbow bolt going to do to something that is just made of fire?
Yeah. And I'm going to start climbing down and going down the stairs.
Okay.
So 15 feet or so. I don't want to go that far.
Okay, like that?
Yes.
Alrighty.
That's it.
Okay. Then with that, the elemental is up. The elemental is going to abandon Rhukkarrak, not liking that you saved. It's heeding its master's call and coming up towards you in there, and swipes out with 2 swipes.
As a reminder, AC is 17 now.
Okay. First one there. That is a dirty 17, so that is going to hit. Second one. Oh, that is also going to hit. 2 attacks against you here. First one going to be 9 points of fire damage. Second one.
To 4 points of fire damage.
Correct. And the second one, 14 points. Half to 7. So as it just kind of gives you a big hug of flame, you're made for heat, but this is a little much even for you, as you just
feel a
little
too spicy.
A little too spicy. There is a limit, as the flames just start to coalesce around you and just start to burn away your scales, and it makes you scream even louder with your rage.
Well then.
Alright, that is the elemental's turn. Euan, it is now your turn.
Euan is going to scoff at the elemental. Turn to the mage that is currently in front of him. And is going to make a grapple to grab him.
Okay.
Which
is going to be their acrobatics versus your athletics or acrobatics. 21. Acrobatics. Where is it? There. Boop. That is a natural one. Yeah, there is still a little disarm. Just looking at you, just like, yeah, look at him roast. And then you just break free from the fire elemental and just give them a big hug. Which you currently are on fire too. I'll say if you hold on to them for a full turn, they will also catch on fire.
Alright. I will hold on to him. I will lift him up off the ground.
Her.
And
As you can now holding her, you can tell she
sorry,
is
her?
feminine.
Holding on to her, I will lift her off the ground, look into her eyes as my eyes like blazing coals bore into hers, and I say, "Call off the elemental."
Which she just kind of tries to back away and is squirming from your grasp currently. I'll say go ahead and roll an intimidation check for me as well.
All right. Intimidation, where's that at? There it is. 2.
Oh, rip.
Oh.
It just sounds like a roaring flame.
That's fair. Roar.
All right, with that, that is Euan's turn. Unless, I believe you do have some movement if you would like to.
Yeah, I'll take my new catch and I will start moving back towards the party. And I will use her as a shield against the fire elemental if it tries to make an attack of op.
Okay, so you can move 15 feet carrying someone. So not quite out of its range. But as you kind of move, she's struggling. She's like not wanting to be pulled over in this direction. But you manage to hold fast and start to walk down towards that way. All right. Asja, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, at first she noticed Euan's scream and then noticed Euan has everything under control. So she is going to take Rupert off of her head and go, "Now's your turn." And she's just going to kind of place him onto the unconscious fellow's chest. If he twitches once, you know what to do. Now I give you permission.
Stares up at you like his eyes narrow as he like stands up proud, just nods his head.
This is not going to do as much, but if I'm going to try and stop them. And she's going to point her finger up again. Because there's 2 more still going up the wall.
There's currently 3 more. I'll say
3.
You're not exactly sure which one's real. You know that there's probably still a real one up there. I'll have you roll percentile die. On 50 or higher, you make contact with the correct one.
I...
A 51! Oh my god! Alright, you just trust your instincts. Go ahead and roll to hit. Just a Eldritch Blast?
Just an Eldritch Blast. Yep, we're gonna
Okay.
pew pew. Alright.
Holy crap, there's the
Natural 20.
Oh.
my god!
Yes! It's all
Right.
come full circle and I'm here for this.
Roll for damage. If it's yet again mass damage, which means like more than half their hit points, I'm gonna have them roll to see if they hold on.
Okay, don't think it's actually gonna do
No
it.
whammies, let's go. Big money.
And that's
Big
a 9. That's pretty good. And then you get one more.
9.
Oh.
And
And a
then
2.
2.
So
Okay,
11. That's
not
okay.
quite enough, as they
That's
do
still more
flinch
than half
heavily.
Damage for 1.
Yeah,
There we go. I'm doing my part here. I'm doing my part.
absolutely. Alright.
And yeah, that's her action because she's already spoken, so she can't do it again. So, yep.
I have spoken. Okay. With that, Rhukkarrak, it is your turn. You're just
Oh.
like surrounded by these illusory forms that are just like swinging through you. And it's super
Yeah, who
chaotic.
cares? So he just saw Asja attack. So he's not the best at this, but when you gotta, he doesn't have the range. So he's going to step out from the tree there and pull out a short bow,
Okay.
and he'll be attacking at disadvantage because it's outside of the normal range.
Right.
The same one that Asja hit.
Okay.
The anticipation is killing me. Oh, that is
Yeah,
so bad.
unfortunately, you're a little rusty with the bow, and it doesn't quite make contact. Anything else for you?
Okay. You did. Nope. There are so many things that he wants to do to protect himself and make sure he doesn't get hurt, but all of those takes actions that he does not have. So, oh yeah, no, he stepped out of the tree from out underneath the leaves,
Right.
next to closer to Asja.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, that's it.
It shows you're invisible. That's weird. All right. With that, it is their turn. This figure gets to the window and goes right in. There's one other figure there. Actually, there's two other. Two of them get to the window. One of them gets right below. The one that Asja hit, though, does duck inside. They are no longer on the battlefield here. Same with... Oh, is that why? Whoops. There we go. It's because I was making the guy that was above you invisible instead of uninvisibling you. That makes sense. Silly game. Whoops. Okay. With that, it's now this individual's turn, who is going to... not like being grappled, that's for sure. Yeah, they are going to just do that. So he watches they kind of grab onto you, Euan, and just start channeling some energy as... let's see. 3 different darts, like of just pure energy, fly from them and then fly back into you. As they cast Magic Missile. Wait, no, that's only 2. They cast at level 2. So it's going to be 2d4 plus 2. Oh, max damage on that. So you take 10 points of force damage from that as they just impact you and just start shunting you away.
Alright.
And with that, they're just trying to... You not falling down from that, they just kind of mutter something under their breath in Elvish. They just say a few curse words. Kind of basically, get your fucking hands off me. More or less. And then that is their turn. Maldorwen, it is your turn.
Okay, let's try and push the fire elemental into the water.
Yes.
Okay. So you are currently 6.
Oh no!
Ah,
That's a
9
9 to
unfortunately
hit.
does miss. Fortunately, as it kind of shifts in that space, the arrow just flies a little bit too far and goes ploosh into the water behind it.
Okay, and I think I'm gonna move to the west a little bit, like 10 feet. And I'm gonna stay like on the edge of the staircase there. Like I think a bit to the south as well. Like up, yes, on that corner. And that's gonna be it for me.
Alrighty. It is now the fire elemental's turn. As it is just going to move on down here. And start swinging again at you, Euan.
Let's hope it rolls low.
We'll say, yeah, if it rolls a natural 1 here, it is definitely going to hit the individual you have grappled currently. That is an 11. That's not going to hit. But a 21 is going to hit. That is going to be 10 reduced to 5 more points of fire damage to you.
As Euan drops the mage and collapses.
Oh no. Does Euan cry anything else out as he falls unconscious?
As he falls unconscious, he's going to call out, "Don't let her get away," and then collapses.
Okay. I don't see the unconscious. Alright, you're unconscious. With that,
Can I roll to land on top of the mage?
we'll say, yeah, if you want to bring the mage down with you, that's kind of funny. You are grappling currently, so we'll just say, I'll give them Dex save. We'll see if they can kind of go out of your grasp, or if you pull them down with you. Why don't you do it contested? Go ahead and just roll a strength check for me. You try to like pin them to the floor as you fall. Oh my gosh. Natural 20. Alright, they'll have to get a natural 20 to beat that. I don't see that happening. It's a 19. Wait, no, it's not. Okay, it looked like it was 19. So yeah, we'll say they're prone. Kind of under you. Alright, it is the top of your turn though. You are currently still immolated, and so you do take 1d10 fire damage. Which is just going to be a death save. Failed. As you slowly start to cook. But then I need you to roll a death saving throw for me as well. Whew.
Well, that's a success.
Thank goodness it's an unnatural one.
Dies.
Alright. So a success there as you are unconscious on the ground. We move back up to Asja.
Okay.
A lot has happened in the last round, so...
Just a wee bit, yes. Alright, Asja, noticing that Euan has fallen. How visible is Squish underneath him? We'll just call it Squish from now.
They're pretty visible. They're like squirming out.
Okay, so they're squirming out. Alright. For her action, she is going to cast Eldritch Blast at Squirmy.
Okay.
Don't worry, Euan. I've got you covered.
I have the utmost faith in you.
9.
Yeah, you do have disadvantage too because they're prone, but that still misses.
Still, yeah. Alright, and for bonus action, because Euan is only about 45 feet maximum away, the mage is about to get a real big surprise. The life elf is about to start kind of muttering and meditating and kind of gets that glow that she gets, that life glow around her. And suddenly all of Euan's wounds start glowing again with that same kind of radiant energy coming out of it, as she is going to spend all 4 uses of healing light right now to get him to stand back up.
So that's 46 then?
46, yeah.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll those. You have 4 uses. Is it equal to your proficiency bonus or your level?
I'm not sure. I have 4 uses.
Okay.
It says I can use all. It says I can use all 4 at once. So I'm using all 4 at once to get our big guy back up.
Alrighty.
It's 14 points of damage, or 14 points of healing, not damage, not damage.
Fucking dies.
Alright, so as you take a sharp inhale of breath, the flames just causing like smoke around you at this point. So you kind of cough out a little bit of blood, but you are back up and alive.
Surprise.
They just say, damn. Alright, Asja, is that your turn?
She's going to just call out, help Euan.
Okay. Rhukkarrak, it is your turn.
Why did you have to call out? You figured Euan's okay. You just helped him. And they don't know each other that well.
Fine. He's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna do what he's gonna do anyway.
He's just a smoky directly barbecue. He's fine.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm still a snack.
Yeah, like real.
A spicy smoking one at that.
Okay. He is going to... Rhukkarrak is going to bonus action. He is going to cast Expeditious Retreat
Okay.
as wisps of black shadow starts coming from his feet. And he is going to basically triple dash
Okay.
or double dash, more specifically,
Mhm.
into the building.
Into the building. Okay.
He is trying to get... So, first of all, the window. Did the window look like it was 2 stories, 3 stories up?
It was
Second floor,
quite the
third
ways
floor?
up. Yeah, 3 or 4 stories at least. You're not positive, but
3 or 4.
high.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, with that, you can yet again make another acrobatics check. The DC will be a little higher because you're like trying to scale the stair wall. You
That is
wanna
a
just go
natural 1.
directly up there. Oh shoot! So you do rush up over here very quickly, super agilely, and you start to like just step up towards trying to grab onto the side of the ledge to pull yourself up, but you slip right at the end there, and you fall back. You don't take any damage, but you do fall prone. So you then have to spend half your movement to get back up, and so that will be your whole movement to get back up there.
Okay.
Well,
then he...
yeah, because you have 90 feet total. You already went 50, so yeah, it's basically half your movement to get back up. We'll say you can run a little bit.
I thought that was half of 30, so it'd be 15 feet to get back up. Okay.
Oh,
Whatever.
you know what? You're right. So 15 feet, so yeah, I bet. So that would be 65, then you'd have 25 left, so yeah, you could go. Do you want to try again to jump back up there? After you step up, it will be a higher DC because you don't have the momentum.
Yeah,
Or you
no.
can-
She's gonna go down, probably to the second step there and just kind of jump up that little bit and
Okay,
go.
we'll say, yeah, that step isn't super high. We'll say you can get to like there.
Okay, and then yeah, he's just gonna be like, as he's running past Maldorwen, he'll be like, Euan needs help, and I'll try to cut off the people inside.
Alrighty. With that is Rhukkarrak's turn. It is now the veiled figure's turn. This one's gonna make another. Well, first, Squishy on the ground there is gonna take some fire damage. 7 points, sheesh. Okay. Math.
Concentration check.
You're right, they do need to make a concentration check.
Yes, I was hoping so.
They succeed.
That's fine.
Alright. With that, then, yeah, illusions are doing illusion things. The only other of that needs to make a death save. Succeeds again. Okay. Then this individual's just gonna get up out from underneath you and stand up, and then look to start to get away. Euan, you can make a opportunity attack if you'd like to. It would be a disadvantage because you are prone, though.
All right. No, that's a
Ooh.
no. That's a no.
Yeah, you're breathing, but a lot has happened in the last round, and so they do slip away. As they rush up towards here, that is their movement. They are going to dash as an action and just dive directly into the canal and start to swim away. Out of sight. Alright, with that, Maldorwen, it is your turn.
If Euan needs help, then why are you running away from him? And then I'm gonna shoot at the elemental.
Okay.
Holy shit.
No! 12 just misses.
Okay. And I'm just gonna curse under my breath. Conflict, guide me, damn it! And that's my turn.
Alrighty.
As the conflict respawns. No.
Okay. Yeah, this elemental is going to continue to attack the Euan right there. It has advantage. As you are prone currently. Why is this not working?
And it only has to beat a 12 right now, so.
Right. That will hit.
That will do it. That'll do.
Second one. That
As
is
will that.
both 24s will hit. So as it just starts to compress you down into the earth more there. Just more wave, just intense heat. It's going to be 8 points reduced to 4. And then 10 points reduced to 5. So a total of 9 points of fire damage. As you just sit there just screaming in pain. As you can feel your flesh just melting almost.
Well,
or cooking at least.
do I at least smell good?
Sure,
That's a
yeah.
joke.
Jack your barbecue. It's going to check
Start
all the
bathing in
storm
Marley's
birds.
hot sauce.
Alright, at the top of your turn, Euan, you do take another d10 of fire damage. So 2 points of fire damage. Because it's 5 reduced to 2. But it's now at the top of your turn.
Euan is going to stand up.
Okay.
Very painfully. Oh, what do I have in my inventory?
It's currently the fire elemental because it can't share space. It is just like literally on top of you.
Right. First things first, I'm going to use my action to put out the flames.
I'll say in this instance, because you are literally in the fire elemental, you can't unless you exit.
Alright,
Because as soon as you put it out, you'll get immolated again because it's sharing your space.
Gotcha. Then I will, I'll go ahead and go into a rage.
Okay.
The second time, which will give me a nice little temp HP boost at the moment.
There you go.
Oh.
As it's a sight to behold as Euan stands up literally amidst a roaring flame and inferno and just roars.
Awesome.
Like a burning tree in Embervale.
And I will move my 15 feet of movement out.
Okay. Which direction are you moving?
Towards us, yeah.
Okay. It will get an opportunity attack on you as you do so.
Here's hoping, once again, it rolls low.
You do have 17 as your AC now because you are raging again.
Yep, that's correct.
There's a nat one! There you go. So it is... The primal fire that is this elemental is confused at how you're still walking. It's like, oh.
And I will put myself out.
Okay. As you tap the flaming bark skin, as you put yourself out, no longer on fire.
Alright, and that will be Euan's turn. That's action, bonus action, movement. That's all of it.
Alrighty. At this stage, it is now the top of the round here. You do hear more commotion as other individuals are on their way from the Tempest Bastion right over here. As you hear them off the side. Maldorwen, you can kind of see like a platoon of 4 Storm Wardens that are marching across that bridge that just are calling out, "What's going on over there?" But they're going to take a little bit of time to get here, but they're moving quickly. Oops. Asja, it is your turn.
All right. So the one up the wall has disappeared.
Yeah, all of them have now gone into the window.
Into
the
the
3
window.
figures there are no longer visible.
Okay. Well, Asja really wanting to make sure that this other guy stays still is not going to take away Rupert's glory, but is going to move over and kind of step down on his hand, just so kind of like stay put. And then she is going to level her hand again, seeing that Euan is trying to get away from this fire elemental, while herself fighting her own kind of trigger of, the smell of burning flesh and everything like that, bringing back some memories, not good ones. And we're going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
At Flame Pants.
Flame Pants over there. Eldritch Blast directly into its face. Roll for attack.
Let's hope. Okay, we got a
That
23.
Definitely hits.
That'll
Okay.
hit, yeah.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Very nice.
Yes.
As it impacts it and sends some of the flames scattering off to the side as it kind of recoils. It is still looking like a flaming inferno, though. It does not look like it's super damaged by any means. But that definitely did
she's
hurt
just trying to... Yeah, she's just trying to more distract it so that Euan can hopefully have a fighting chance to get away from it.
Alrighty. Anything else for you, Asja?
No.
Alright. Rhukkarrak, it is your turn.
Yep, he's trying to get up to the 3rd, 4th floor, whatever it is. So he's going to rush up again.
Okay.
Double
You
dash
rush
in.
up. The double doors are locked. These exquisitely crafted glass double doors that are incredibly solid. You kind of rush up, grab part of the handle, and go to push it, and it does not budge. What do you do?
He is going to pound on the door and shout, "There are intruders in the northwest window."
Okay. As you pound, kind of reverberates through the glasswork there. And currently, you don't get any response.
He's going to try and pick the lock.
There are not locks on this door.
There's not lock. Oh, I thought you said
There's
there was
not like a
lock.
big...
Okay.
No, it is locked in the sense that you can't... It doesn't budge. But there's not like a big padlock on it.
Okay, so you said that there were people coming to the east?
Yes, from what you can see now too. I don't have the little minis on this map here, but there are Storm Wardens, a platoon of 4 of them, that are crossing this bridge.
Okay, then he's going to take the rest of his movement to continue running towards them.
Okay, so you moved about 50 feet up, you can get another 40 feet, right about there.
Okay.
As you kind of dash out, they immediately get like defensive and start to like point crossbows and whatnot towards you. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, he's just going to repeat himself. There's an intruder on the west side window, about 3 or 4 floors up. Tried to head them off, but the door's locked.
Look towards that way. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
I forgot my accent. That's fine. Persuasion?
Rhukkarrak's too nervous. Accent gone.
Not the best. Oh, 13. Not terrible.
13's not bad. Okay.
Could be
All
worse.
right.
It could be a 2 on an intimidation check.
Yeah.
Little rip. All right, that is your turn, Rhukkarrak. It is their turn. The other images disappear. With that, Maldorwen, is your turn.
Where are you going, Rhukkarrak? We need to deal with this thing. And I'm gonna try and shoot again. See if finally I can freaking hit something. Like that elemental is like
Push
the
it in the
broadside of
water.
a barn. You would think that a Cartusinum can hit that thing.
Literally a flaming beacon of hitting.
There you go.
Finally conflict. So 10 feet back for that guy.
Okay, 10 feet back from your direction there.
And let me
Be-
roll your damage. Okay, 11 points of
And
damage.
nice. Okay.
And that's gonna be it for me, but I'm gonna start making my way down the stairs for
Okay.
trying to reach Asja. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna jump. Try to reach the tree.
He's gonna fly.
Yes.
The plumes on his head.
beyond.
And he falls
Superman,
with
laser
style.
beams out of your eyes, trying to fly to a tree.
Go ahead and just make a acrobatics check for me to see if you don't fall prone, because it is a decent drop. It's like 15, 20 feet.
Not
Oh, that's 20. There you go. You do fly, and you hover a little bit.
Just watch the feathers on
That
his
is
crest.
falling with style. All right, then you want to move up more? Because that was only like 5 feet
Yeah,
of movement.
a little bit. Like, I don't want to get to the place where the ground would be scorched. I just want to get a little bit closer.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's
the
it?
ground is like scorched up here, so you're a little bit before it.
Right?
All right.
And yeah, that.
The elemental is then going to turn back towards you all, and then it like looks aggressive as it's going to come towards you, and then it like stops and halts in place, and then just starts to drift back over to the water. As it then just submerges, as a massive amount of steam is just unleashed from the water as the elemental is quenched.
Interesting.
And with that, in this moment, right as the Storm Wardens are questioning what the hell is going on, Euan barely holding on to life here, nearly cooked Drakthir. The rest of you wondering what your next step is. We are going to go to break, as the combat is resolved for now.
Yes! Let's go, Asja. That was amazing.
Well played, well played. You got one of them. We return to the scene as the battle has just unfolded. 4 Storm Wardens march up to you all here across the bridge, questioning and inquiring, looking very defensive as well. Their armaments currently pulled, and definitely not super trusting you. Rhukkarrak did roll decently on the persuasion, but you were all there. Asja, you are currently standing right next to the still unconscious individual. The only other sign of this happening, other than some scorched earth, just north of you, as Euan kind of crawls a little bit onto his feet and over to you. But other than the fire that is now pretty much put out, it didn't last long. The foliage here isn't strong enough to cause it to continue. What are you all doing?
Asja is going to move to. I guess she will. She'll put Rupert more on her shoulder and say, "You can still pew pew, no problem." But she is going to kind of sit on the guy, making sure that he stays down. Try and give me 1 minute. I might be able to get him to talk again. And
As
she
you can
is.
tell, the individual underneath you is breathing very
Oh, yeah.
shallowly, but they are still
She's
alive.
not sitting on him to try and, like, compress her. She's just sitting on him so that if he starts to move and stir, it's very evident that it's like, nah, somebody's sitting on you, dude. Just stay still.
Mhm.
And she is, while they're doing whatever they're going to do for the next minute, she is going to quickly try and take a minute to meditate to regain one of her spell slots.
Alrighty. While Asja is doing that, Euan, what are you doing?
Euan is For the next 10 minutes, unless a situation calls for otherwise, is going to use his bonus action every round to maintain his rage. He is going to walk over to where Asja is, sitting on the guy, look down at the unconscious person, and then stand there waiting for anything that might come up in case he has to go into combat again.
Okay. Asja, real quick on a note, before you start your meditation, do you cast Spare the Dying on this individual?
Yes. She will first cast Spare the Dying, but that's why she's also sitting on him, because it stabilizes him, so...
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah. So she's got Rupert keeping an eye, and if he stirs, well, he's going to get 1 point of damage to him. But he's also going to feel the weight of somebody him as well.
Right.
And then we'll start the meditation.
All right. Rhukkarrak is right over with the Storm Wardens conversing. We'll get to that in a moment. Maldorwen, what are you doing in this instance?
I'm gonna take out my bottle of Marley's hot sauce and I'm gonna pour it over Euan and lick him. See how he tastes.
No, I can't do that when I'm taking a drink. But I'm delicious.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I wanna just stay up the staircase. I wanna go up there again.
Okay.
And I wanna see if something like happens inside, like if the doors open or someone from inside tries to walk out, something like that. I'm also like gonna be peeking like at what Asja and Euan are doing, and also at Rhukkarrak, like trying to keep an eye on the party from that high vantage point.
Okay. All right. We'll move over to Rhukkarrak then. As the four Storm Wardens are kind of there, they start to march forwards, some of them eyeing you. What do you mean that there's an intrusion? What's happened? Where'd they come from?
First of all, are there any guards inside to protect the Ember?
Of course there's guards in there. Who are you?
Excellent.
What are you doing here?
We were just in the temple and we saw some shady figures out here and came to investigate. Seemed they were trying to scale the side of the building and get in the window.
Question, do you have your Downward Sentinel pendant on?
No.
Okay. They just kind of... Go ahead and make one more
default.
persuasion check then.
Yep, that would really help right now. It would have been good if I had thought about it. Persuasion. Oh, that's a 7.
Ooh. Don't move. We'll figure this out. As one of them kind of goes up and stands right next to you and looks up towards Maldorwen as well. As the other three start to march past the fountain, the staircase there, over to where you kind of indicated. I say currently you're meditating, you, and you hear the footfalls of these other Storm Wardens growing closer. Maldorwen, you don't hear anything from the interior.
Yeah, hearing the footfalls, Euan will brandish his halberd, getting ready for more combat, but upon seeing the Storm Wardens will go back to an at ease position and just stand with the halberd.
Okay.
You do know that we are the ones that helped to protect or to get rid of the... the only thing I can think of right now is shark.
The Tide Fins.
Yes. We're the ones that helped to get rid of the Tide Fins. We're not here to steal anything, destroy anything.
The one next to you just says, "We'll see." As the other ones kind of immediately kind of halt at the sight of both Asja and Euan there, and like some point their crossbows towards you as you kind of are defensive too, and you kind of relax a bit as they just say, "What's going on here? Explain yourselves. This was a break-in?"
Euan will look at the guards, turn around, and point at the figure that Asja is currently sitting on. Without speaking.
My kind of eyes narrow down towards the figure.
Asja will sigh, because I doubt she's gotten into meditation with all this yelling going. If you give me a minute, I can make him talk. But could you just give me a minute of quiet, and I will make him talk?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Please?
Ooh.
7? No. No. Sorry, guys, I'm combat goddess tonight, not skills goddess tonight.
They just start to march up towards you. Move.
Fine. He was climbing up a wall there. Two others, as far as I can tell, also climbed into a window that's 150 feet up. Unfortunately, this one, I was able to get off the wall before he also went up there. He's alive. I think he could probably hear you right now, too. Although, he might not want to sit down for the rest of his life. All yours.
One of them starts to, inspect the cloaked individual, takes off the cloak itself. At this point, the illusion surrounding them has faded, and they are an elven figure. Not super old, not super young, mid-aged, kind of dark, shaggy hair, and still unconscious. What in blast is this? As a couple of them are also taking notes on the situation here.
May I
One
do
of them got
thing?
away.
May I do one
Went to-
thing
went to the
without
river.
you? May I do one thing, please, without you? I just want to go in my bag so I can get something to show you, please. Please, you can watch hands. I open bag. You could even be one to get out of my bag if you. I tell you what to get,
What is it?
please. My downward sentinel pin.
You all are sentinels?
Yes.
Oh,
We are under
did not
Captain
think of that.
Terran.
it's in my
But-
pocket.
She did not tell us we have to wear all the time. So, and because we were only going to go and see the steam, because we're new in your city, we thought when it was quieter would be good time to go and see the things of your city. We noticed these people coming out of the river and going for your citadel, which is strangely quiet.
You are the ones that stopped the Tidefins, yes?
Yes.
Go ahead and now make one more persuasion check.
Oh God. I will use my inspiration if this is bad.
Okay. It's a 12.
Do I? Oh, forget it. Let's try this. All right, let's try it.
Okay.
I'm risking it for the biscuits.
Let's try it.
Let's go.
No, that's even worse.
12's not terrible, though. They appear a little bit more eased, not quite as on edge, but still, like, one's fiercely taking notes, one's checking the vitals of the one individual and whatnot. You see them pulling out some rope and tying that individual up as they'll just kind of look towards you. Maldorwen, I think you're the first to notice. You are just kind of scouting the perimeter and just trying to pay attention to if anything is happening to the building itself. You then see a figure in the sky flying towards just a little dot in the sky that quickly flies towards the building itself. This majestic caped individual, and they fly directly into one of the windows. And as some of the Stormwardens kind of look up, boss is here. All right. You all, questions will need to be answered. Whatever this is. Don't like it.
Euan will try very hard to not sound menacing while he's still raging. As he points to the river with his halberd. Another escaped into the river.
See to that, as the kind of commanding officer in this instance kind of calls out to one of the other platoon officers, who then starts to walk over to the river, or the canal itself, and look down into it, and sees a little bit of the commotion that happened there, and starts to walk down the canal. Were you given direct orders from the captain or chapter master to watch this perimeter?
We were not watching this perimeter. As I said, we were at the place with the steam. We happened to see people crawl out of the river, and we came over to investigate, and that's when they started to, or at least we thought they started to attack us, but instead it was illusion magic, and that's when they engaged us, so we were defending ourselves and trying to also maybe help out your city by defending your citadel, which we know is very important to you. But also, we could not find Captain Tarrant today. We went to the chapter house and we were there for quite some time, and there was no one there today. No one. We were the only ones. So we don't know where the captain is either.
They just kind of nod and continue to take notes.
As this is happening, I would like to approach Euan. Like, once I see that things are calmed down, and also that it seems like the captain arrived.
Okay.
So he's gonna look at him and say, "Fortish, are you all right?"
He will turn to look down at Maldorwen and give you a slight nod. He's definitely hurt. He's bleeding. He's burnt. There still might be a slight trickle of blood out of one of his ears. As he says, "I will be."
I never saw anyone endure so much punishment and still fight. You are indeed very strong.
He will nod again. There is a look that kind of crosses his eyes. It's hard to pinpoint. It's a bit of a mix of emotion. But he nods. Thank you.
Maldorwen goes to pat him on the thigh, and then realizes that his skin is probably very sensitive right now. And yeah, he's sizzling. He'll look more at his eye level, Maldorwen's, and say, some of the early Carthusians used to fight naked, actually.
He chuckles a little bit. It's really almost hard to distinguish, as it just kind of sounds like a flame sort of waving in the wind a little bit. But the ghost of a smile crosses his bark-skinned face. And, yeah, he holds off on talking a little more right now, as he kind of retreats into himself, seemingly in thought.
Yeah, Maldorwen kind of chuckles as well, and just nods and says, "I think it suits you as well," and just goes and looks at the canal, looks around a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's a moment Asja's just going to kind of step back and lean against the wall, and now she's going to take that minute to clear her mind and try and regain some of that life energy, because she might not be using it to make the guy talk, but her best friend is bleeding, and that's not good.
Right. And we'll say over the next minute, 10 minutes-ish here, this place, more and more Stormwardens start to arrive and whatnot. Just kind of buzzing around the area, taking notes. You see Gronk actually does show up as he then kind of marches over to you guys. So, this looks like quite the mess here.
Not their fault, not their mess. Somebody else left their bastion alone.
Right,
I would
in the
like-
middle of the races. It was so intense.
Oh no, races.
Who won, by the
So you-
way?
It's still going, as you can see or hear the kind of cheering that is happening from afar off down the canal as you barely make out on the major canal, a boat kind of zip by.
She's going to lower her voice a little, but she is going to be giving Gronk the sternest look. So, you know that everything's in danger, but woo, let's go boat races. You leave everything unguarded.
That is where
so
I
what?
was
People
positioned.
from outs. Oh yeah, you all positioned at boat races. Is that where you all were positioned tonight?
No, but a lot of us.
Must have been nice position. Too bad it wasn't under fire elemental like our good friend here. She reaches over and touches Euan. Cure wounds.
Jeez.
There it is.
21
Nice.
points of damage.
Damage.
Sorry, not damage. No, healing. So I'm so not used to playing the healer.
I like to imagine that as like Gronk is over here.
Yeah, we can
having
tell that you're
this
not used to it.
conversation with Asja. Asja's like, hold on, good game. At that moment is when the 10 minutes for Euan's rage is up, and just as Asja heals him, the flaming red tendrils of energy through the bark skin stop, and the bark skin falls off like this weird casing exoskeleton, and then disperses on the ground, and there's Euan looking normal.
Nice.
Thank you for this time
No.
and for during the combat. That one was almost a problem.
So, I gotta take proper detective work here. How many figures did you guys see?
Real ones? I think there
We
were.
saw a lot. Oh, sorry, you were saying, Asja?
No, it's fine. I was just saying, real ones. I believe there were 4. There was the mage. There was the one that I brought to the ground, and then I think there were 2 more that were going up the wall. As for all of the rest of them, you probably counted better than I did, the 3 of you, but they were all fake.
Yes,
Oh,
there
and
was.
one fire
Interesting.
elemental.
I
He
can see.
also was cloaked in illusion magic, trying to look like a Kasdurim. There were other illusory Kasdurims as well.
Well, that's quite interesting. And he's just taking all these notes down.
But as
Do you
can
know who
see
that
from-
person is, Gronk? You must know a lot of people here.
Did you get a good look? Other than cloaked figure.
No, do you know the one that we
you-
captured?
Oh,
Yes, that one. The one who is very shiny right now on the bottom end.
That's my work. Everyone always underestimates me.
no, I gotta look, and I do not recognize them. No. Quite the big city, though.
There was also another one. They escaped into the river. They'd summoned the
Right.
fire elemental.
You have a couple people pursuing where exactly they came from.
But as you can see, none of them are Castoran, as they wanted people to believe. They are elves.
Right.
Your city has a bigger problem than you think.
Around
I
this
would say.
point, the double glass doors kind of swing open from the Frostfire Citadel as the Windcaller Calrith steps out, a little bit smudged up, as he calls out to all the Storm Wardens. Everything is fine. I took care of it. Khazdurim thieves in the night. This is what I warned the council about.
He's lying.
Khazdurim? Except that I saw no real Khazdurim anywhere.
As all the Storm Wardens kind of...
Rhukkarrak would
Yeah,
really
kind of-
like to get a insight check on him and his wounds.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight. All the crowd kind of, like... There's probably a good 10 or so Storm Wardens here now, as they all start to just mutter, like, oh my goodness, they actually did
That's
make a
a
play.
16.
Cannot believe this. 16. He seems very genuine. The wounds, though, a little off. From what you can tell.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was going to say earlier, but the conversation was proceeding. He was, during that entire time, while he was being silent, he was watching the window like a hawk for anything suspicious or anything like that.
Which window?
The window that the people disappeared into, and the tower.
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
So the entire time, no one went or came other than the person that flew in, which was supposedly this captain?
Right.
Okay.
And they flew in through one of the other side windows.
So Maldorwen will say, there was another one inside. So perhaps that one was actually a Khazdurim.
Why bother to make it look like it's all Khazdurim if you have Khazdurim?
Maldorwen,
Who are you
know as well as
addressing?
the
Just
rest of
Maldorwen?
us do.
Just Maldorwen.
Okay.
The only Khazdurim here were illusions. Even the ones we caught, they were illusions.
I know there were some of them trying to pass themselves as... But the captain said that he took care of more inside.
Euan will glare at Maldorwen and choose not to speak for a moment. He'll talk later.
Right.
Captain, do you mind for us to see for ourselves that the area is safe up there? Also, I would like to be able to identify these people. We visited the Khazdurim camp, and if we can help identify these criminals from there, it would make it a very good case for the danger.
And kind of turns his attention to you after giving a couple commands to different other Storm Wardens. I see you all are here too. You managed to capture one. Never thought the day would be that elves and Khazdurim would work together. You want to go up there? I don't think I can allow that. Not with everything that's happened tonight. I hope you understand.
Can you at least bring these wrongdoers to me so I can help identify them?
They were incinerated. By my hand.
Oh, convenient.
What is that supposed to mean?
Stand down, Rhukkarrak.
Oh, not. It is convenient that they are no longer here.
I agree. He kind of just turns
You will have
away.
to.
Do you say something, Maldorwen?
Yeah, I was just gonna say to him, then you will have to find a way to weed out who is helping them inside the city.
He kind of looks back over his head. Yes, I agree. He then kind of goes and orders a few other Storm Wardens before coming back to you. And before he addresses you again, another figure kind of breaks through the crowd a bit. Kind of grungied up a little cleaner than maybe the last time you saw them, thanks to Asja, as Chapter Master Dagon kind of steps through. You all are okay. As the Calorith kind of nods to Dagon.
Where is the captain, chapter master?
We were on doing something.
Is
He
she
just kind
okay?
of looks over at this whole... Yeah, she's fine. You guys have a tendency to be in the right spot at the right time, it appears. He kind of looks towards Calorith. Everything under control? Yes. Everything is taken care of, for now. Other than some investigations on some missing links. Kind of gives a nod. You all saw this firsthand, though, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
Oh, the council's gonna want to hear this. As Calorith kind of
Probably
nods
will
and
want to
agrees.
hear it too.
I think that is the case, Chapter Master. There will be a meeting in the morning. I expect to see you all there. As the Chapter Master kind of nods back. Right. Where are you guys staying? Side
I am
chapter?
very hungry. No, we are at Flame and Flagon, but I have not eaten all day. Dagon, have you eaten yet today? Would you like to come for dinner? Food is very important.
He kind of looks over to Calorith. Am I needed here? Calorith, in response. No, we have it under control. Or we should. He gives a nod. Right, well. Good luck, Windgaller, and lead the way.
In Asja fashion, she's going to saunter over her arm, his bridge, scowling the whole time. It is very evident she is not happy at the moment.
I don't really think any of us are, to be very honest.
Alright. Slowly but surely you start to disembark from the scene here. Kind of looking back over your head as the bustle of the Storm Wardens continues as they take thorough investigation of the site here. Gronk kind of looks up to you one last time. Just with like worry in his eyes almost, before looking back down and kind of getting scales of the scene.
Euan will try really hard as we're leaving to just, for a brief second, meet Gronk's eyes. And his own eyes will sort of flare a little bit, last little bit of that battle rage before he turns back to walk with the rest of the group.
Okay.
An acknowledgement of there's something up.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Well, as you pretty much have to walk all the way back because there are no ferrymen on duty right now, as the races are still currently underway, maybe wrapping up. The city is still very quiet other than the bustling spot you just left. You do see that there are people lined up along the main canal that you make your way towards, that are kind of cheering and calling out and whatnot, as a couple of other race boats very quickly kind of take sharp turns as water sprays up on the actual sidewalk there, as people kind of shout and cheer with the revelry of the situation. But you're all focused on something much larger. You then eventually do make it towards after crossing a bridge or two, to the Flamin' Flagon. But on the pathway there, Dagon just kind of... So what all happened? How'd you know that was... How exactly
Chapter
did you know
Master.
exactly where to be?
Chapter Master, can I ask you a question first? A very serious one. Especially right now.
Sure.
She is going to stop and very obviously kind of put a hand towards her belt where there's a dagger. How do we trust you? Where were you and the captain today when all of this was happening? Were you two also at boat races like most of the Storm Wardens were?
I mean, towards when they started. But before that, we were taking care of council business. How do I trust you all? I think is an also very good question. Your deeds have been good and very appreciated in the city. But you all are still new faces here.
Yeah.
And have a tendency
Perhaps.
to be in the right spot at the right time.
Maybe
think that's the
because
right
we
question.
don't get distracted like the rest of you are. Because we are new eyes to your city.
But it wasn't us, actually. It wasn't me or Cortis or Asja. And he turns to Rhukkarrak. How can I trust you?
Trust me?
Yes. Why weren't we there? Who was
What,
that
you-
person that we met in the alley? You clearly know more that you're letting on.
He is going to look at the chapter master and back at Maldorwen. Maybe we should be more careful with our informants in front of people that we may or may not be able to trust.
We should get somewhere where we can talk privately. All of us.
I wanted to talk here before we go to Flamin' Flagon when there's possibly people already there. Does Chapter House have a private dining room?
That chapter should be pretty empty.
It was empty earlier while we were sitting around waiting for somebody to show up to talk to you all about this.
Also,
Yes.
what did you have the captain do today? Just out of
Well,
curiosity.
I believe there was some power scales that were sat way too close to the city. She went and took care of them.
Well, at least that explains her absence.
We can at least stop and get food, but I think that we should talk at the Tide chapter.
Alright, let's go get food. Then we go to Tide Chapter. Let's get this all out. But... Tide Master, you've got to be ready, boss. This is big. This is very big.
I can see.
Are you ready?
It's not every day that an incursion like this happens. But now that's twice in the last 10 days since you've been here.
Coincidences,
Yes, and they were
coincidences do happen.
Yes.
And I'm
But
very
they were both
intrigued to hear your
obviously
part of the story.
blamed on the Khazduram.
Are they not to be blamed?
No, they're not. And I'm from Mythendrel, and I'm saying that. No, they're not.
If they
Let's
were
make a
that
group persuasion check with that.
if they were that stupid, group persuasion.
Actually, Maldorwen, I don't know. You're not really persuading. I think it's just Rhukkarrak and Asja trying to persuade on this. If the other two would like to try to persuade with them, then you can. But you haven't been.
7.
Asja's trying to be persuasive, but she's still going through this whole, but I hate them, but I have to protect them. I hate them, but I have to protect them, you know.
I'm very curious to hear what you have to say.
Then let us get somewhere where we can speak quietly. But first, and as if on cue, her stomach lets out a loud growl. I really was serious that I haven't eaten all day, and that...
You can have half of my bread. I saved some from it from breakfast.
Oh, yeah, I do like the bread. It's very fluffy, not like what we have back at home.
Here. Well, I'll take it out of my backpack. Hand it to us.
She just shoves it in her face. Just starts walking.
All right. About 10-ish minutes later, you guys arrive at the Flint Flagon. You have to bubble move through a lot of the different traffic and whatnot, because especially like the bridges that go across the main canals where the boats race like directly into are like packed with people. So you have to like maneuver through the crowds, and Dagon kind of calls out, "Everybody clear out for a second." As they're like, "Oh, okay." But you as quickly as you can, make your way to the Flaming Flagon. And it does have some patrons in here that are drinking and whatnot, but not as busy as other nights as people are out enjoying the races. You all take a
Are we going
seat.
to go, or are we going to eat here?
I think we should probably get to go and go somewhere quiet before this place. If boat races are finishing, this place is about to explode into merriment. Merriment. Is that all right with you, Dagon?
It's gonna take forever to get across the city. The boat races are probably up in the next few minutes here.
Okay. Why don't order food and we'll go up to my room, and then we can bring food up to my room. It's okay. There's already crumbs on the floor from snacking. Not me, Rupert.
Maybe Lennon can bring us the food, and we could just go straight there to speak.
You see the chapter master kind of walks over to Lennon. Lennon, right? Here. Slams down a decent amount of coin. Do you have a private room available? Lennon just nods. Absolutely. Right this way. We'll need food as well. Just nods again. Come on.
That's
Hey,
an option I
Lennon.
didn't think of.
Lennon kind of just waves to you. You guys enjoying the races? He looks kind of confused.
Yep, sure. This private room sounds great.
Still haven't
Well,
seen any of the races, but I'm sure they're good. You can tell us about it when we come out later. If we come out later.
As a couple of
Your
party
hair is looking great today.
Thanks, your plumes are looking great too.
have this mental picture of as Euan walks by, just one of his little quills is still on fire like a candle.
Yes, so much yes.
As you all are then brought back to a private room here that has a table and whatnot. You assume people would play like cards here or whatnot, a private venture, but you'll sit down. So, start at the beginning. I barely know you all. I know you've been dealing with the captain. She's told me a few things. She saw you out when you first arrived, am I to understand? Then you fought the Tadvins off. Do appreciate that. Definitely got some good name for us in the city there. But
We arrived.
how did you know about this?
We arrived in the city, and then on the night that we arrived, that's when we met the captain. The next morning, when we went to meet the captain to get to talk about the tidefall, that's when the Tidefins attacked, and that's when we helped. And then at that point, looking around is when we found the hole in the canals, and then we went with captain's permission to go investigate. That's when we found the pickaxe, the temple, and the sea silk. And then we came out in the ocean to the city, and then, well, after that we went Leviathan hunting with a little side trip to the Kazdarum camp.
So you all went and saw them.
Only Ruka. The rest of us did not want to go.
Yes, it was a very threatening camp of children and merchants and the like, and they seemed very hostile. And so it seemed like, in case you did not know, I'm being sarcastic. They welcomed me and told me that there was a different elf that came by earlier and bought a pickaxe. Little suspicious. And from that, we have realized that there's something more going on. And we have been desperately trying to find information all day when a concerned citizen, afraid for their life, said that maybe there's something we could prevent somewhere in that district.
Who was this?
Did I not say feared for their life?
We never got a name.
But then also another informant of ours told us that, well, okay, this one you cannot get mad. It seems perhaps, well, maybe the wind collar has something to do with this as well.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
Someone saw the wind caller talking to a shady individual in a dark cloak a couple of days ago. And then when the wind caller just arrived at the citadel, he flew in like big brave something, and then came out saying, "Oh, the Kazdarum are dead," but all of the Kazdarum were just illusions. Even the real elves that were there, those were just illusions. None of those were Kazdarum.
That
And
is
it's
quite
known that the wind
the
caller
accusation.
also, well, he is very opposed to the Kazdarum being able to come
that
in.
he is.
And maybe if he was given opportunity to ensure that the Kazdarum would not get in and maybe be able to deal with problem.
Here's the thing. Let's say I trust you. I would like to. Where's the proof? You got a tip from a mysterious figure you don't know. you were in the spot. You did fight them off. I'm sure that will at least be told. But these accusations are not little. Galareth is one of the most important people in the city.
Do you trust him?
Give or take. I do trust
Well,
that he has a very powerful hatred for the Khazad.
He said there were Khazdurim inside. He dealt with them.
But they were somehow completely incinerated. So no evidence.
It is suspicious as well, but...
Look, fine. If you are going to have to trust me, I am going to have to trust you. I also... How do I put this? How do I put this? The higher power that I willingly serve has also given me dreams.
Okay, I don't see how this is relevant.
He is a protector. He protects innocent. My dream last night was of the Khazdurim camp, leading me to go and protect them. He would only lead me to people that are innocent. At least of the crimes that people are trying to put on them here.
That's nice and all, but yet again, where's the proof?
Fine, come with me to the Khazdurim camp. I
Is there
want to
some
go
way
back
that we
out
could
there.
help you obtain some proof? Something that we could do to help?
All I know is tomorrow, you are all supposed to show up at that council meeting. And if you
So
don't
we
have
have a-
something to back up your words, they're not going to believe you over Galareth. He's been guarding the city for decades.
Well, then my only other suggestion is the four pack up our stuff tonight, leave, and you all do whatever you're going to do. If you get your way and you kill the Khazdurim on the beach and you restart the war, don't look for anything from the east because we won't be there. There's no cities left after the last war. I see your city's still standing though. Very nice. Chef's kiss. Wonder how long. We have no hope. As you said, nobody knows us here. We have no evidence. How do we get evidence over... Even if we were able to travel to Khazdurim, it's still 3 hours by boat. There's no way we can get there and get back before we're supposed to be in front of council. So what kind of evidence do we need to make somebody believe us?
I think the only evidence that we have at the moment is in the hands of Kareth. And that is the witness that you were able to get.
Speaking of the witness, Gronk didn't know him, but did you, Rhukkarrak? Was that shadow thought?
You didn't recognize the figure now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he didn't. No, I did not recognize any of the people there. At least that I was able to get a good look at.
I am going to go to the council meeting, of course. The way characters falls is if we don't fight.
Yes, I too think that it would be unwise to just leave. It would look like we were trying to take out the city. But I may consider leaving afterwards, because what is the point in staying in such a city that seems to doomed to destroy itself?
Unless we're able to find some sort of evidence to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt the allegations that we have seen enough evidence to prove true to us, our time in the city is going to grow short whether we want it to or not.
So,
But again, where do we find this evidence? We don't know this city. We don't know anybody. We know Dagon a little bit. As he said, he knows us a little bit. We know him a little. We know the captain a little bit.
We do.
So, how are we supposed to find... This is more what I am wondering. I don't have problem showing up at council meeting, but as Dagon says, if we need evidence... Well, number one, it's already nighttime. And number two, if the meeting is in the morning, we have what, maybe 12 hours? 14
Isn't
hours?
that boat supposed to be open at night? There is someone that could prove things, it seems.
they will not. Again, you
We need
would
to
need
find
to set up a
Shadowstorm.
meeting. We would need to talk. We would need to set up a meeting, and they. It is very likely that they are in on this mess.
Aeon wanted to meet us. Do you think maybe he has anything? Information?
Aeon wanted to trade with the Kasdurim. Weren't we thinking they were gonna frame him? I don't think Aeon knows anything. To be honest, when I spoke to him, he seemed rather oblivious of what was going on. He just wanted to enjoy the race.
And kind
I
of
mean,
acts that way too. He wouldn't get to the power that he has, even with his name, if he was as oblivious as he pretends to be. When the Kasdurim first arrived, the council was kind of in shambles. Galarath wanted to go out and just remove them all from the situation from the get-go. Myself and Aeon didn't think that was the right move, right off the bat.
well, then maybe we should talk to Aeon, and he would have an idea of how we can obtain this evidence.
And we can trust Aeon?
Right now, Aeon is the only lead that we've got.
I wouldn't say that you can fully trust him. You can trust his
I
interests.
Better than us.
But
His
he's more
interests
trustable than...
are for himself.
He's
Well,
more
if his
trustable
interests
than the
are to
people on the
trade-
boat.
I would agree.
Yes.
If he wants to
And-
trade with the Kasdurim, it would be in his interest to actually spare them of whatever is coming their way.
Then that's our first stop.
You also said that you saw Caloris speaking to a cloaked individual. How did you come about that?
Wait. Okay.
Euan
I will
Good.
tell. I will tell. Alright, but you have to keep secret, please, because the person who is kind of helping us from the inside could get in a lot of trouble, and that could really be bad because he's trying to look into things from the inside of the Storm Warden. Do you understand?
Just
So
gives a nod.
when I went to go get the list of names of survivors from Mythendril that came through your city, we ran into Detective Gronk, who we've talked to a few times before. Anyways, he took us up to his office to discuss a few things. When we brought up the Kasdurim, he cast a spell of some sort, magical something that he told us we could not lie. when we told him everything, he opened up and said that he had seen Caloris talking to a shady cloaked individual. The spell was still up. So he was speaking the truth. So either
If you
someone
have
was
the own
using...
detective's words against Caloris, that's definitely a lot more, something to work with, at least.
Well,
Will
that is
Gronk
from
speak
Gronk.
against his boss?
I know
don't
of the
think so.
detective. I don't know him all that well. I know he's got a good heart.
The look that Gronk sort of gave us when we were all getting ready to walk away, was I able to pick up if he knew anything else with that, or if it was just a look of, well, shit.
Go ahead and roll an insight for me, a preempt or a rewind insight check.
16.
16, not bad. You could definitely see some reserve behind his eyes, like, yeah, like you were saying, like, oh shit. Some hesitation and potentially, like, yeah, there's more to this.
I think Gronk figured something out, and that's why he was stationed away from everything.
So we should definitely get him to come with us in this meeting. Can you arrange that? As he turned to Daggett.
I don't have... I mean, he's a storm warden.
My only Stupid Dirk! My only concern with this would be if we involve Gronk without a little bit more evidence behind us and we don't prove it, not only have we lost a valuable insider, but we could very much put him in danger.
The whole city is in danger.
I
That is very
understand
clear.
that. I understand that, but at the same time, without at least him having forewarning that we are going to put him into this kind of danger and showing him that we have a bit more evidence, I don't think that is very fair to just drag him up without any warning.
Perhaps if we can find enough proof or evidence of something, it will prompt him to step forward of his own accord.
Then we need to speak with Satriel first. He's gonna be at the meeting anyways.
Well, I guess we could... If the races are still going, he's still at his box, right?
They're
I've
probably
lost
ended
my
by now.
accent.
Well, he did wanted to talk to me at least, and I guess to all of us by extension. He was very welcoming, actually. So yes, I think he will be interested in whatever we have to say.
You think
Do
he would
you-
still be in his private box?
I was
No,
going to
but
say, do you
if we
think
go
there
to
are
his
parties?
private residence, wherever he is, I think he would be glad to see us. He will also be drunk if he was drinking the volantis that I gave him. He will be in a good mood.
Perhaps that will loosen his lips.
Yes.
All right. Well,
But before we go, and if you excuse me, Chapter Master, I need to talk to you, Rhukkarrak. And I guess you, Euan, as well.
Well, before you guys do go, just be prepared for tomorrow. What is your name? Team name?
Oh, we still haven't.
He just kind of puts a palm to his forehead.
Going on.
we,
Something's falling.
yes, I am. Maybe.
The wave color did colors colorful, didn't he?
He did, yes.
Something like that.
So we going to be like the rainbows or something?
What
I think
about,
she would fit
about
into
my
that
hair.
one.
what about this looks like a rainbow disposition, Rhukkarrak?
That is, I did not think it would be a good idea, but
So something more
I
metal
don't-
but colorful.
I don't know. We could be. What about the motley hue?
The motley hue.
It's got quite the ring to it, I'll give you that. You all are quite the motley individuals.
yes,
Yeah,
that is-
that's for sure.
We come in a variety
Take
of
it as you
hues.
will.
Kind of, kickstarts my heart there a little bit. I'm into it.
I guess it will do
Yes.
as good as anything.
Alright, Motley Hue. Get your story straight. You have the rest of the night. I mean, the sun just set. Talk to who you need to talk to. Try to get some bit of evidence, or at least a couple other people to speak on your part. I'll do what I can. I do want to trust you.
I'll just say this. We are choosing to trust you. I hope you'll offer the same courtesy to us. If you stab us in the back, you will die by my hand.
Right then.
That's a great way to get friends.
Send my regards to the captain.
Gives a nod. Kind of stands up and looks to
If
go and leave.
if you're not going to eat your food, can I? As I said, I have not eaten all day.
The food would have came and you guys would have been eating during this
Oh,
time.
okay.
You can have my plate, Asja. He ordered a lot for me.
Okay. There's no hesitation as the hand creeps across the table and slides the plate on the plate. She pours a bunch of hot sauce on it and just starts devouring.
Is
Look.
Dagon leaves. Unless, were you addressing Dagon there, Maldorwen?
No, I was addressing the table.
Okay. The table's a mimic.
Oh no!
Roll initiative. No! Suddenly, it's suddenly the party's in the corner, like of the thing and the flaming flag, and is like around, much like the meme.
The
So
entire
Lenin was
image
actually
of
the last guy. Okay. He'll say, "Look, Rhukkarrak, wasn't I fighting alongside you just now?
Yes.
Wasn't I trying to push the enemies away from you?
Yes. What is your point?
I'm not trying to fight you. Why are you trying to fight me? I'm your ally, Rhukkarrak."
You were the one that was just a few minutes ago saying that I am enemy or whatever, untrustworthy.
No. Do you think I
I-
hate the Khazdurim? Look, I
No.
don't know if I hate the Khazdurim. Some of their names I remember as well as the name of my brothers from Kertas, and that's unsettling. But I don't hate them. It's just the way the conflict has been for many years. They're not my hated enemy, they're just my enemy. For the
Why are
longest
you-
time.
Why are you trying to convince me? We traveled here all the way, and we have been. You do seem to have a bit of an extreme opinion when it comes to the Khazdurim. but we have fought together. We have won many fights. It is. Why do you think you need to? I don't.
It's
You were just accusing me, and now you're trying to convince me that you are a friend. And what
I'm
are
not
you like?
accusing you. I'm just
were?
wondering if I can trust you. So, what you want to do is to exonerate them of all guilt. You're convinced that the Windcaller was lying when he said that he fought Khazdurim inside, aren't you? The same for
Yes.
you, Fortis.
Correct.
And I'm
I'm
saying,
very.
if that's the case, then he's the enemy. And I understand that. My helmet doesn't completely blind me. It's just difficult for me to accept. This is just... I'm just confused as you are. I just want to know what's going on. I just want to know what the conflict is trying to tell me. And all I can see is enemies in my midst. And I don't want you to be my enemy. I'm not your enemy.
And I am not yours. Unless you are going to blindly kill innocent people.
I don't want to be blind. I'm carrying this thing and all I can think about is the battles I fought. The times I faced them in the battlefield. But I don't want to kill their children. I want to know what's going on here. We're also in danger.
If it makes you feel better, when I first saw the Khazdurim at the tower, I was ready to just punch them in the face and tell them why they're being so stupid. And then once I saw that they were illusions, everything clicked into place. And it was obvious that this was another attempt to get rid of them.
There was a time where the conflict was war. There was a time in which the conflict was the Khazdurim raging through the countryside, burning everything that they could find, everything that they could touch to gain every bit of primal power that they could, and who knows for what reason. We all know they're sought over. But Maldorwen, the conflict can change. Conflict doesn't just mean war. Conflict can be misinformation being spread. Conflict can be something as simple as a disagreement with your neighbor. Obviously, that's not what's going on here. But
conflict it doesn't even need to be with other sentient beings. It could be just a struggle to survive. The seasons are dangerous enough. Why do we need to invent more conflict?
Perhaps the most dangerous conflict of all is the conflict within oneself. At the risk of sounding preachy, I guess, I understand that all too well. There was a time in which all I wanted was to burn out and destroy every Khazdurim I saw. It's a time that I wanted to eradicate them from the face of the planet after what they did to me and my people. But as time passes, as the conflict changes, so can we, so can the way that we think, and so can the way that we react.
Now, I will not sit here and say that I am without fault. I have been struggling to overcome my biases against Drakthir for the past 2 years.
An eyebrow.
And so while I was never directly involved in a conflict with Drakthir, I have seen the pain and suffering that it has caused for those that I care about. So I, on some level, can understand the rage and the frustration. But I have also grown up with seeing many Kazdurum, visiting their cities and trading with them, had many wonderful interactions with them, which is why it just... Anyway. But you are okay. You are at least green.
It wasn't always green, but thanks.
As long as you are not blue, we can be friends.
No, definitely not.
All I know is that you are my allies. And I certainly wouldn't like to stand as your enemy, Portis. So I'll fight the fight that is needed here to solve this thing that we're a part of. I've seen the conflict in the skies. And you are right. I know it changes. Very slightly. But it's been many years.
We need to
If-
be able to... Oh, go ahead, Asja.
Asja, who's been rather quiet through all of this. If we need to... just a perspective, but if we need to get the Kazdurum out from where they are, I think we can take them back to where I am from. If we can shelter out the harsh there and make friends with them, we can get back on their boats to get back here. But then at that point, Maldorwen, maybe when you are at Karasata, you will see a different side of the conflict. One that happens because of the bloodshed. I know I don't fully understand the concept of conflict, and I would much rather see the world holding hands like some, I don't know, hippie. But even tonight when Euan was on fire, the smell of burning flesh and hair brought back not... the memories are fading now, but the memories of the night of running. We're still in the woods, but the winds shift. Thousands of bodies are on fire. The screams that we're still following. We knew at least we were safe. The creatures, they couldn't resist a feast. So we kept running until the smell went away.
Euan lightly puts a hand on her shoulder, just reassuringly.
Oh, it's not... I have long since healed from this, but this is a side of the conflict that a lot of people don't see.
Well,
Much like
we
Rhukkarrak said, he knows people from afterwards as well, but unless you live through, or you are maybe part of the army that is on the outside, a lot of people don't see that side of the conflict, or smell it, or hear it. And she quietly goes back to eating. I'm sorry for interrupting.
As Asja
No.
just mic drops on the table there.
And this is good conversation, but we really need to figure out what we're doing for the night. We aren't time schedule.
We need to go see Euan. I will say this. We need to learn to be able to trust each other more. Whether or not we have disagreements, whether or not we like everything each other says, hell, whether you like me or not. Right now, we are all each other have here. And unless we are on a united front, unless we can trust each other and be a united force against us, well, chances are we're not going to come out the other side of this.
I have no problem calling you two friends. You're different friends, and at some point I have many questions for both of you. But not tonight. Tonight I say we go and find a very rich man and questions.
Yes. Hopefully he is willing to talk.
Well,
It did not seem to be very convincing with the guards, so maybe be better talking to him.
Oh, Aeon
Well-
Satriel will be willing to talk. Yes, especially if we're gonna put the possibility on his plate that the Khazdurim are gonna be exonerated of all blame. And he will be able to trade with them. That's what he wants.
I think you're right.
Well, there's no time wasting. If everyone's done, that was delicious, but we should probably get going.
oh, I just want to do one thing. At least just half of one thing. But from reading storybooks, I have a feeling that this type of person, and she looks down at her shirt, which is a little bit sheer, this top would be good top for talking. But she goes in her bag and pulls out her new skirt and kind of puts it on over her old skirt, down her, and kind of wiggles it down under her hips and all the rest of that. But now I look a little bit more put together, don't you think? One
That is
might
actually a
say-
very good point. I should probably go change into something that's no less scorched.
You guys have extra clothes?
I bought these today when I thought I was going to the box of Aeon. I should dress because, if you want to be taken seriously here, apparently you have to wear nice clothing and have money, and this is so different from where I come from. So very different.
You do look very nice, Asja. You made a
Thank
good
you.
choice.
I mean, I don't
It
have
only
much,
cost
but
me 1 gold.
2 or 3 pairs are helpful.
Go get changed then, quick.
Yes. And he's gonna head up to his room and get changed.
But yes, no, 1 gold, so I should still have lots of money to take back home.
Maldorwen.
Alrighty.
Nope. Sorry, go ahead.
So, as you all change outfits a little bit, kind of make yourselves a little bit more presentary than the charred individuals that you are for the most part, and then head on out of this quieter, concealed private room. The tavern is bustling at this point. You can tell the races are over. It's chaotic in here. There's already several people who are a little over too tipsy than they should be. And they're still just hammering more down. And it's a bit of a maze to get through them, but then you break out into the city proper itself. As Lunar, the moon, is visible along with Terradon in the skies. As you then start to make your way, where are you going?
We are going back to the Glass Glade.
Thank you. I knew it
So-
was glass something. I couldn't remember.
So, when we get there, does anybody know, do we just pick biggest house and that's his? Or maybe we should have asked somebody where he lived.
I'm sure if we get over there, there's someone going to have enough alcohol in their system that they'll talk for a few coin.
If this is big deal, back at home when we do big deals, we usually have a party. Big deal. So, I would think that we probably look for the biggest party at the biggest house.
Oh yeah, and speaking of coin, something really, really quick that I wanted to ask that I forgot. Like, how much coin did we get from the Leviathan Hunters? Sorry, I think you didn't tell us.
100.
Yeah,
100.
it was 50
Okay.
per.
Sorry. Okay. 50 gold?
50 per, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
So yeah, you make your way across a couple bridges again, and yeah, the city's alive with the people celebrating and whatnot. You do pick up on conversation just as you walk through the city, as some folks are like, "They actually did it this year. The Galehawks finally won. I knew it. I called it. I was counting on them." And so, from what you can tell, the Galehawks did win this year. You might have to figure out more on that later, but your focus is on something else currently. You make your way towards... You gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna turn to Euan and say, the conflict does change, Euan.
It does. It's a little quiet. Weirdly.
Yeah, Rhukkarrak on their way there, when they get a little bit closer, he'll try and find a storm warden or someone like that to ask for directions, just saying that they were
A guy that
invited
is
to his
spinning a
house.
sign.
Spinning your sign. Aeon's place, this way. Come to the after party, yeah. No.
And sachet.
No. We'll say, yeah. Just go ahead and make an investigation check to see how long it takes you guys. Because the information's
check?
out there. It doesn't take long. Yeah, a group investigation check.
Okay.
Oh, man.
A natural
Can I
20
guide
for
the
a total of 20.
How do you guide the group in this moment?
18.
I point towards the guy with the sign.
There he is. Yeah, I'm not allowing that.
Okay. I'll just roll 14 from
Alright. Easy enough. It takes you a good 20-30 minutes to kind of walk and find your way, as it's about a 15-20 minute walk anyways, so about 10 minutes on top of that, finding someone who can point you in the right direction. But eventually you do start to make your way through the glass glade itself, and there are different festivals and festivities that are happening in the different noble estates here. And it is a little chaotic as the city is alive. But you eventually make your way towards one of the larger buildings, one that you passed a couple times now. That's just right north of the Frostfire Citadel. And it is the Zathriel Estate. And it is, from what you can tell, like you can see partially past the main gates that enclose it. It is quite lively too, as there are two guards standing up front. They don't appear to be storm warden. They're just bulkier individuals that are standing watch.
So I'll do double crossbows at the groups, like, I got this, and I'll approach the guards.
Okay. I'll look down
And
to you.
I'll say,
Invitation,
hello.
please.
Lunor bless you tonight. If you could perhaps do me a favor, your patron, Euan Satriel, he's kind of expecting me. My name is Maldorwen, by the way. I have more volantes here with me. For him.
They just kind of look at each other, and then one of them pulls out like a little notepad. There he is. Okay. All right. And kind of motions forward. They with you as well?
Yes. He actually wanted to meet my friend here, Asja. He said he wanted her company for the night. As you can see, she is very beautiful, and Here is my friend Rhukkarrak and my other friend Fortish.
On you go. He's like kind of just motion you in.
All right.
That was easy.
I told you.
Yeah, you step in to just the most lavish, like there's a garden out in front that is beautifully handcrafted with all manner of wild, extravagant plants and flora that a lot of you have never seen before, as there are some people caretaking some of these plants that probably shouldn't live here, or it's a lot difficult for them to live here. But you make your way past the main gardens here and into the estate itself, and it is a happening place. There's all kinds of music and jovial beats and just a full-on like rave almost happening at this estate.
Well, this is a little much for me.
Asja is going to try and stick close to the party, or, I mean, no, the party, not the party, but the... Oh, this is confusing. But as soon as she sees the food table, she kind of, her lip start jigging away, and off to the food table she goes, kind of going, snacks! Rich people snacks!
Tables upon tables of extremely well-fine dining. Different crustaceans that have been cooked to perfection, different exotic fruits and spices, different liquors from all across Arthur and maybe even beyond that are just present and people are enjoying here in this moment.
I'm going to go eat.
So, Maldorwen, our fearless leader, what now? As he's looking around the crowd, looking for...
I only can see like the ashes of people right now, so I think it would be better if you look for Euan Tratriel.
They're quite sparkly asses as that is, as everyone in here is completely decked out to, like, you guys stand out just because of how common your clothes look, even with Asja's new kind of pretty fancy skirt. The clothing that is being worn by these elven individuals, and you do see it's like mostly elves. You might see one Drakthir over there or whatnot, but it is extravagant and over the top, all manner of like clothing that is not at all comfortable or practical in any means.
Because if it hurts, that means it's working, right?
Exactly.
Upon hearing Maldorwen complain about being at ass level with everything, Euan will look down at him and then pick him up and put him on his shoulders.
Oh my god.
Is that better?
Okay. Yes, thank you. Very broad shouldered, very comfortable. Okay, he looks like an I'll describe Euan,
Okay. There's a lot of people here that look similar.
Oh crap.
It's all of his body doubles.
Rhukkarrak will just again he'll be kind of perusing the crowd trying to find him. Also
right.
trying to stay within visual of the rest of the party.
Go ahead and give me investigation or perception.
And Asja's just like chowing down food still.
No.
She's over at the food table. If somebody looks at her, she's like, "Hello."
I imagine Rupert's
kind
just on the table too, just jumping up and down and just like eating, jumping over to one thing. No. Jumping over one thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
While,
Yes.
While Rhukkarrak's walking around, he will definitely stop by the table and sample a few things.
You can dress us up, but we are still, who we are.
We are the Motley Hue.
Exactly.
Doesn't
Awesome.
it just make you feel good to say that?
And
Yeah,
she
it
hasn't
does. I
eaten.
love the name.
She has not eaten all day, so even though she had 2 portions and at least half of portion, she's still hungry. That's only made up for one meal.
Come from somewhere, right?
Have to make up for lost
Exactly.
calories.
Exactly. Celebrate. And the good desserts here, she's celebrating her good deed of, getting the person off the wall.
All right. It takes a while as you are all completely out of your element here. This is a lot. This is a very foreign place. But eventually you do catch one figure who stands out amongst the rest to some degree. And Maldorwen does confirm that is the same individual you talked to earlier in the day. And they are currently surrounded by like 15, 20 elves that are all trying to get in and talk to Euan himself.
So that's the one we're after.
Yes. I think
Alright.
you should speak to him, Rhukkarrak, perhaps. Like, I don't care much about trade, to be honest.
Do you want me to try to eat up to him?
Of course. I will introduce you, and then you can take it from there, I guess.
You good up there, or you want me to put you back down?
I think I'll walk for now, even though I hate it.
Pick him up Simba style, and then just put him on the ground at my feet.
For a moment, the rays of the moon lighted up.
Maldorwen!
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I derailed. I apologize.
That's funny.
No, that was an acceptable derail in my eyes.
All right.
All right, well,
So
Asja will follow Maldorwen.
as you guys push your way forward, go ahead and give me charisma checks in this instance.
Cause I'm so great at those.
I knew that was.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Technically, that was 0.
I will once Euan's dice moves off of my charisma.
Oh, that's funny.
Go away, dice. Go away. There we go. 16.
I also got a 16.
19 for me.
19 and then 0 for you. That's funny. All right, so Euan kind of just stays in the back,
0?
just like this is fine, completely uncomfortable. As the other of you kind of start moving your way through the crowd somewhat, getting closer and closer. You bumped a little bit here and there. As some elves were like, "Excuse you," as you make your way into further to meet Euan, who then
As I pegged them in the ass with my helmet.
And as they're making snarky comments, Asja's just smiling, going, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate that you excuse me. I appreciate that," and keep walking.
And as much as Ewan's quills crest when he gets angry, if they could disappear into his body right now, they would be.
Yeah, one of them is still burning.
Yes.
it's just constantly on fire now. It's just permanent.
It's like alfalfa from the Little Rascals,
Right.
where that one little like doing of hair sticks up. All right, sorry.
No,
we
you're good.
approach.
As Anne's attention does finally, after conversing with some other individuals, meet your gaze there, Maldorwen. As the portly elven figure kind of turns towards you and then was like, "What the? No one's in front of me." And looks down. Oh, okay, there we go. As his eyes light up a bit. "Oh, you did take me up on my invitation. Welcome to the show. How does your evening treat you?"
I don't like
Yeah.
this place. It's too people-y here.
Well, it actually is going quite good, I would say. I think we have some...
I'm glad to hear. Enjoy your night. Well, good to see you. And he just kind of diverts his attention.
Excuse me, but I think we have some private business to discuss before the meeting tomorrow.
You rolled a 16 on your charisma check there, Rhukkarrak?
Yes.
Okay. Private business kind of perks his ear up a little bit and turns back to you. Oh, is that so? I don't believe we've met.
Oh, I am
Yes,
a
you haven't
companion of Maldorwen here. We traveled in the same party.
Oh, I see. You all are the Night Hunters, yes. You would like
Yes.
a word?
Yes, it definitely is to help protect your interests. But
Yes.
it is better discussed in private.
Rhukkarrak, go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me now.
Why am I always persuading?
You're the one who's
Can I-
persuading.
You're always talking.
I'm gonna stop talking. I'm done.
I cut out Rhukkarrak's voice box.
Okay, dirty 20.
That's pretty
There we
good.
go.
That's pretty good.
Yes!
He just kind of gives
Apparently, I need to boost my charisma on this character.
a portly nod and a smile. And he kind of looks back to everyone else. Everyone enjoy the festivities. Don't worry, we'll get them next year. As he then turns towards door and starts shuffling his way through as everyone else is like, and. But paying no heed to them as he guides you guys, who might have picked up a few other people who are just walking alongside you. Like, yeah, we belong here. But eventually those guys fall to the wayside as well, as you enter a more private room where Aeon sits down and has a plate of some sort of, looks like a shrimp cocktail maybe. And takes a bite from one of the shrimps. So, private business. Do tell.
It is in regard to the Kazduran.
Oh. Really?
Yes. Are you following any of the news around the city?
Of course, he's following the news around the city.
It's kind of my
Just
job.
I was trying to find out what he knew so that we could just fill in the blanks rather than tell him everything he already knew.
He's not going to tell us what he knew.
Okay, then how about you tell him what we know?
We know that you want to have the dealings with the Kazduram.
It
Correct?
is quite an interesting prospect, don't you agree? Well, us elves have been so separate from their entire culture for so long. I can just imagine the trade they have to offer. The way they work their stone and metals. Oh, yes. Pretty coy in that.
So, it is in your best interest that the ones that are on the beach, about 3 hours boat ride from here, I don't know, survive. Unlike, say, tonight, where there was an attack on the Citadel, and they were people using illusions to pose as Kazdoram, and your what's it? Calorith, I believe his name is.
Wait, hold up. Rewind a little bit. Attack
Oh, he
on
doesn't
the
know as
Citadel?
much.
Aye.
Yes.
When? Where? Why?
During the boat races, towards the end of the boat races, we figure it was for the primal essence. You do know somebody's trying to smear your name too, right?
Yes. No, they almost always are. But they never
No,
succeed.
At this point, they are trying to tie you with the Kazdurum. And tonight, whoever they are, tried to make it look like the Kazdurum was attacked. The Kazdurum attacked the Citadel, which means
That
you
is not
are
good for
tied
them
to
now,
the
is it?
Kazdurum.
No.
Or you.
Takes a big goblet of wine or whatnot. Takes a heavy swig.
Kazdurum were also framed for the Tidefin attack. There was a very obvious pickaxe put there that when we talked to the Kazdurum was purchased by an elf a day or two before we arrived there. And we found some sea silk in the exit cave, which the Kazdurum do not make.
The sea silk, eh? It's one of my most popular trades as well. Ooh, someone's gunning out for me as well, I see. That's not good.
I don't see any reason to beat about the bush since this is the only lead that we have. It would seem that, and Euan will look around a little bit, it would seem the wind caller may be in on it, and we need to try to find any information we can to prove that.
Before the meeting tomorrow morning, when we have to stand in front of the council and explain ourselves for, I don't know,
that's right. There's a
doing the
meeting
Storm Warden.
tomorrow. I don't know
Yes,
why they
sorry.
do those things right after races. I feel like we
Probably
should all get
because
a
there was
break
an
or
attack
day or two.
on Citadel.
No, I
trying to
would
blame
say...
the Kazdurum and you.
No, I would say it's probably very tactical. A lot of the council people right now are probably partying. So a lot of people are probably drinking a lot of the alcohols. And so how many are going to get out of bed tomorrow morning easily and be there on time?
And those that do would be upset.
Those that do would also be on the side of whoever they are. So no matter how much evidence we bring forward.
We have to be able to come in with irrefutable proof.
So, let me try to piece this all together. You all did the Tidefins, went down, proved that the Kazdurum aren't responsible, then... Why? I'm just confused as to why you are here.
We are trying to get evidence to prove the Kazdurum are innocent, and we know that you are a very influential person in the city right now, and was hoping that you could point us in the right direction as to where we may be able to secure some evidence.
We also know that they would hear whatever you have to say very attentively tomorrow at the meeting. So if you can vouch for us, that would be very helpful. And we will try to make sure that the Kazdurum are not blamed for any of this, and perhaps the city will be willing to trade with them then.
And let me just get this straight. You're trying to go up against Calorith? Old, angry guy. So, always so angry. Stern.
We do have some information from within the Storm Wardens, but it is not...
Can you
Not solid
protect
enough.
someone? Can you protect someone from the Storm Wardens themselves?
That's an interesting query. I suppose it depends on the individual. I have my resources.
Asja?
What?
Do you want to tell him who the individual is?
How well do you know the Storm Wardens?
I know that they protect the city as best they can, or at least that's what they say they do.
I don't know. I've only been here a few days and doubt that. I mean, maybe one day in their heyday they were so good. Anyways, off topic. There is a detective that... Alright, there is a detective that we met. That when we went to his office to talk to him about the fact that we had found maybe evidence that the Kazdorum were in danger, and not actually a danger to the city, but in danger themselves. Whether it's from the people within this city.
You're saying... Wait. Oh, my brain's fuzzy. He's got dirt on Calorith?
He does have dirt on Calorith, yes.
Oh, I'd pay handsomely for that dirt.
Well, that dirt might be coming out at the council meeting. As long as we have enough dirt on things, then that dirt will come out too, and maybe he has more dirt in his notebook. He does have a very thick notebook of notes. And he seems to be very observant. Sees a lot of things that others don't.
The chapter master of the Dawnward Sentinels is also apparently going to, speak in our favor.
I see.
So we also have that.
And you would like me to do the same, I suppose? I did try some of your Volantis. It was quite a trick.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I will have to inquire on more of that next time I have traders that trade with your city.
Do you yourself go out and trade, or do you have traders that go out and trade?
Oh, back in my prime, I left the city more. Now there's just so many things to do, so many people to tell what to do, that often I do not get the chance.
I was just wondering if on any of your adventures, maybe into the Eastern lands, maybe there is somewhere in your memory that you remember for a while. But it's okay.
But should we not tell him who this investigator is so that he can contact them and acquire this dirt?
Well, it sounds like he was about to refuse to help us, so I don't know if he will help this other person.
I don't know if that was the case, my dear. I'm very intrigued at what you propose. I would very much like to see Gal's smug smile wiped off his face.
Then what can we do to help that happen?
Well, sounds like you know someone on the inside already. I'd recommend probably talking to them. And if you don't have a lot of doubt, then get digging.
Is he going to be at the council meeting tomorrow? I think the best would be if he was there. He's also a storm warden, so, someone from the storm wardens saying it is also, someone who is protecting their city.
Definitely would hold more weight if one of the wardens turned against Calorith as well.
Yes.
Well, we can talk to him, but also, maybe... Do you sponsor one of the really fast boats? Like, that race the boats today?
Well, of course.
The Tide Chasers, right?
Yes, we lost this year. We can't win them all. Even though we should have won.
I guess this year the Gale Hawks learned how to steer their boat.
Apparently. It will just make
Do-
next year the comeback story even more beautiful.
Do you think they're both... Look, we need to gather information. We need to gather evidence. There is some evidence, but it is further away. Maybe if you could, I don't know, convince the tide chasers to give us a little boat ride up the coast to the east as fast as they possibly can, so that we can maybe go and get this evidence. That would help. We are talking about very good trade partners. You are very right. It has been at least 7 decades since, their goods have come down here. Even more, actually, because the war spanned over many decades as well. So, having their goods come back down, I know where I am from, not many metals, so, I've at least read in stories that they're great metal workers and such, so it could be a very big benefit if we were able to ensure 100% that they are innocent, because if not, that Gallereth will be on that beach with his troops.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Well, I could potentially request that the tide chasers take you, but I do not own them. They are their own people. I just sponsor them. You would have to convince them yourselves as well.
Also, I don't know what else we could get from them. What do you think that they could give us?
If
Their what?
you are trying to get dirt on Gallereth, the more dirt the merrier, I think.
Do you know where he lives?
The wind color.
Yes.
Very tip top of that building right there. Points out one of the windows towards where you can see just off in the distance the Tempest Bastion. Gotta runs the place. He's got his own quarters, I believe.
I don't know if we're up to that. But
Wait. That is convenient that he has his quarters. Where they climbed into was not the tippy top. He would have had time to take them up to his chambers. Nobody's going to question him if when he walks out it says he just completely destroyed them. They might still be in there until the right time when they can sneak out. Right now would not be the good time. There would be storm wardens everywhere. You can't rush the
Right.
investigation. That would be very suspicious.
So how do we get in?
Well, unfortunately, if we're not going to sleep, I cannot go poof, make myself invisible again.
We do have an investigator that could do, or may have already done some investigation. We need to talk to him tonight.
And
Yes.
if we can tell him our suspicions, maybe he can get in there, or he could help one of us or two of us who are more sneaky. Sorry, Euan, not you.
I know.
Maybe you can go have a little look around and get evidence that way.
Maybe.
well, seems we have someone to find. And also someone to protect.
Looks like you've got your schedule full. I best get back to the
Yes.
party. It might be a little suspicious if I'm gone much longer.
We do have your word for tomorrow's meeting, right?
If you find the dirt, I will speak on your behalf.
Okay. We'll find the dirt.
Oh, and don't worry about people talking. As he stands up to go and stuff like that, she just kind of walks over to his side, takes Rupert off her head and kind of tucks him behind her hair, kind of rustles a little bit. You three are my guards, right? Visiting diplomat? And slides her arm through his and just immediately rises up, back, exuding like, yeah, I'm hot. I know I'm hot.
I think I'll be fine, little one. Your taste isn't to my liking.
Really? Oh, thank goodness. You're a little old for me, so it's alright. Not enough stamina. No offense.
None taking. As he leaves.
Well, I guess I did not need to do that. That was good. Yay. I don't like him. I don't like many people in this city. I like
Me
Lennon.
But
I
as
like
long
Lennon.
as- I do
Lennon's
like Lennon.
good.
I
Yeah.
need some Tylenol.
Ugh.
But I think
All
our
right.
next stop is our investigator friend.
I would agree.
How do we... My next question would... As we're leaving the room, crossing the dung, 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 she's like, I'll talk to you at the gate. I'm going to hit the table. You got some great things over way. Grabs a few snacks on the way and heads to... Because, she's not going to yell secret plans over rave music.
And it's similar to the music that's going on right now, just a lot more loud and chaotic. It's not like full on
Okay.
techno rave. That's not really the style. But yeah, exactly.
Magical glow sticks going on, Fire spinners in the corner.
I wonder if we could get Lennon to deliver a letter to our informant.
Well, she gets to the gate and meets you guys up again. She's going like, how do we cannot go to Gronk right now. The wind caller does not like us. That is very clear. He does not like us. So if we go to Gronk, suddenly suspicion on Gronk. So how do we get in touch with Gronk and say, hey, we need to meet with you, and not have suspicions arise?
We murder someone.
Bum, bum, bum. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Suddenly, my lighter and gasoline joke from earlier holds a lot more sway.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
I don't need to protect the city if there's no city,
That's true. There you go, right? Or we'll have to come back next week with hopefully talking with Gronk and digging up some more dirt on maybe Calrith. We'll see.
And maybe
Well done on-
crying as we die some more.
Yes. Well done on the combat, though. And yeah, I'm excited for next week.